Hello? Did you hear me? Hello? Did you hear me?
You're embarrassed?
Hello? Did you hear me?
You're
Alright guys, excuse me for doing some stream checks. Yeah, because I'm trying to do a panel show. Oh wait, you know what? Let me do a little bit editing. Just to see. Okay. Alright, I post a call-in link in the chat. If you guys want to call in, if you want to talk, if you want to voice some of your opinions, I'm down. I'm down for it. Tonight I want to, Alan, right, a usual viewer of the channel, wanted to talk about how I personally believe, right? I personally believe Democrats and liberals hate America. Okay, they hate America. I personally believe Democrats and liberals hate America. I think one of the biggest things to show you that they hate America is that they wish Trump will fail. They wish Trump will fail, and they will do whatever they can to make Trump fail. Why is that? Why is that an idea that they hate America? Because here's my thing. Okay, he is the president of our country. So let's imagine if the president of whoever it is, right? Doesn't matter if it's Obama, Biden, even Kamala. Okay, if our president fails, okay, fails in whatever he does to make America great, to make America prosper, if he fails, like all his promises, I don't know, whatever, cut taxes, you know, have gay rights, minority rights, whatever, right? If he fails at things where the people elected him for, okay, if he fails at it, which let's say, you know, the liberals wish he fails. Hell, the liberals wish he dies. I'm going to talk about that. And if he fails, that will hurt America, right? So, isn't in turn, if you wish your president fails and it hurts America, how is it that you don't, right? How is it that you're not an opposition of America? How is it not a clear showing that you hate America? I believe Democrats hate America because here, one of the things is that during Biden and Obama, Democrats, right, stood behind deportations of illegal immigrants. They helped Biden, help Obama deport illegal immigrants. Wow. But during Trump's administration, they did everything they can to make it hard. That's weird. That's weird because during the president that sides with you, that you agree with, you helped him at every turn for the exact same thing, deportation of illegal immigrants. So now that Trump does it, who you hate, the president you hate, your leader, the boss that you hate, is doing the exact same thing that the bosses you liked did. You are impeding his actions. You're making things worse, which when you made things worse, it pretty much added to the negativity of your president, right? The death of 2 Americans. And I believe that that wouldn't have happened if these states didn't push, right? The propaganda. He's a Nazi, Gestapos, right? Fascism. Okay, we have to stop it. Okay, we have to stop Trump's racist or whatever plans to deport illegal immigrants. But again, you didn't care when Obama and Biden did it. You helped them out. You made it easy for them. That's why, to be honest, it didn't make a whole lot of headlines. People weren't talking about it. People weren't really protesting it. But again, during Trump, you made it hard. You made things difficult. You gave opportunities for Trump to have a bad name, to pretty much smear the leader of your country, right? To literally give a bad image to the leader of your country. I believe a solid proof of showing how Democrats hate America. But I'm gonna have some videos. I have plenty of videos in my shorts, right? On my Devil's Advocate, right? My shorts that show you a lot of these Democrats, a lot of these liberals, they hate America, right? So I have some videos to show you, and I think it'll be fun. Now, I don't know if Alan doesn't show up, or if anyone don't really show up, it's cool. Okay. Hello.
We are here. How are you doing?
What's up, my brother? What's up?
Not much. How's your day been so far, man?
I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
chilling.
that's good to hear.
Yes. How have you been?
Nice. You
How's
know,
it been? Work and
yeah,
stuff?
it's been better. But you know, that's life. There's ups and downs. I got fortunately my relationship didn't work out super great.
Oh, my brother. I can't. Oh, I feel bad for you. I feel for you, man.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's how it goes. Sometimes you
Didn't
kind
work
of
on
just
whose end?
take it
Your
with
end or
it.
her?
It was probably it was just a lack of communication. We wanted different things. We just wanted different outcomes, and we didn't really want to talk about it. So we ended up talking about it and kind of just realized like, hey, maybe this isn't the right thing for either of us, and we're still in contact. We're just not. Yeah, it's fine.
Let me.
Honestly, it's
Let me. I kind of
unfortunate. I
want.
mean, it sucks. It makes me sad a little bit, but like, I think it was for the
Well,
best.
but who was it? Who was it more? Not
I'd
wasn't
honestly
right for.
probably say it was
Her?
mostly my fault. I'm kind of
I don't know.
emotionally unavailable a lot, so I'd say she
Emotionally,
wanted more of an emotional. She had more of an emotional
really? You?
attachment to me than I did. Yeah, I'd say so, and I'll admit that. And we talked about it, and she doesn't hold any contempt for me or anything. I'm still, friends with her friends. It's really no big problem.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
I don't know. It doesn't
I,
seem like she really cared all that much. It was just one of them things.
uh, hmm. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Well.
she really didn't do much. She's pretty cool.
Okay. Okay. Well. I'm sorry for that happening to you, right?
Ah, eh, eh.
But you're just young, so I'm pretty sure it's a lot of things like that will happen.
I'm sure it'll be fine for anybody. I
Yeah.
don't know, I'm not super. Maybe it gives me an opportunity to focus on myself, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. How's the teaching process going?
Yeah, yeah, it's been all right. It's hard. I'll tell you that much.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah, it's I've been under less stressful circumstances in my life before. I'll tell you that much. But
Hmm.
that's how it is. I'm young yet. We're still figuring everything out. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
oh boy, how can I lead with something, Mr. DA?
Well, I'm going to show some videos just to get a little bit of the process started, just to get the feel
Okay,
of it. Okay. Pretty
sure.
much how I believe the narrative is turning out, in my opinion. Why I establish my opinions, right? So
Uh,
let's. Uh,
oh boy, is that what your TikTok looks like?
yeah. Does this look different for you?
Uh, no, I mean like it's is it just a lot of like rage bait women content?
Well,
Is
no,
that
no.
what are
I went
those?
straight to it. I went straight to it. That's why. I mean,
Oh,
like,
okay. I was gonna say I thought you were you just went on the homepage and were like, "Yep, this is this one." I was like, "No way, that's what you're." Okay, whatever. Okay, keep going.
I'm giving more like a gist, right? Because it's not like
Yeah, sure,
yeah, it's not
dude.
like
I'm with it.
yeah, it's not like it's always like that, but it's just that how I see the landscape is, right? So
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
uh, I got like these three short clips. We'll just get by it.
Let's do it.
I see an American flag, I immediately look at that person like I'm like that person's probably a bigot. That person's probably a homophobe.
But if you're not happy in the U.S.,
U.S.
if
just
you're
leave,
complaining
right?
all the time,
Huh?
Nothing. Sorry. I'll mute myself.
So with it, you can't don't like the United States is kind of trash.
Okay.
Doesn't treat its people well. You know.
How so?
I don't really know why you're having this. Do you want to have a conversation?
No, that's why I'm asking you. How so? So with it, you can't don't.
So it's a visual example, right? I give a visual example only, and those are it's kind of the gist, right? So I see it a lot, right? People burn the American flags, which is usually Democrats and liberals. Um, and the biggest people who have problems with America is usually Democrats and liberals, but they can never say why. So like I said, right? That woman
I
said,
can.
"Oh, well, then
I can very easily articulate it.
we'll talk about it." But I'm saying like, okay, like just like the example she gave, right? How America's not treating their citizens well. What are you comparing it to, right?
I have to.
I
Okay, I understand. Did you watch? Did you see any other context of those clips? Do you
no,
know who made the clips? Do you know any longer of the conversation? That's it. That's what you're going off
yeah,
of.
those clips are just visual examples, right? So why the first one said like
Fun example.
the first
Okay.
one, like she's talking about burning everyone has the American flag. She views as a terrible person, whatever.
Yeah, but do you know
And
where
then
that was taken? What the question was before that? What she said after?
could you give me even a hypothetical a scenario context that would even make that make sense?
Yes. If I
Okay.
was like at a counter protest and on one side was like, I don't know, let's say pride flags or Black Lives Matter flags, and then the other side was carrying American flags harassing the other people, I'd also would probably assume that.
So you would equate American flag as harassing people?
I would equate someone who's yeah. Well, not holding the
That,
American flag is harassing people.
then see that literally just destroyed that point. The American
No,
flag.
I'm saying that if I'm protesting, if I'm saying, hey, these guys are cool, and someone walks in saying, no, they're not holding an American flag, I'd be like, hey, they're probably like really conservative. You don't really, the American flag is awesome. It rules. I have one.
But
I don't mind it.
I don't equate the American flag to people I hate.
I don't
Right?
either, unless the people that actively dislike me tend to use some like faint, like, oh, I'm just being patriotic
Well, I
to
mean,
make
okay,
me feel bad.
but don't you think that like that you can apply that to anything? Then, if you say people who wave the I don't know the trans or LGBT flag, if they treat someone
Sure.
terrible, so you should all view everyone under an umbrella as terrible.
Yeah, if
I,
there was a government, if there was a government that was ran pretty much exclusively by trans people, who constantly made fun of Americans and like bullied them and went to their spaces and said, "I'm gonna harass you and say that you're dumb and you're going to hell." Yeah, I'd probably look at a flag like that being
But
flown by someone
that's not the
at that
American flag.
space.
The American flag isn't a government that's
Okay,
harassing.
second of all, it's a crazy person on the internet. Like,
No,
DA, these are not how people act.
listen.
You found like a 15-second clip, and
No,
this is nonsense.
no, because
DA, you're a grown person. Do you believe that this is
see,
like evidence?
Alan, you're doing this a lot, right? You didn't understand the context. I said it, right? I'm using this as just a visual aid in the sense that here's a person that says the view. Even like I said, you couldn't even give in my opinion, a good logical context to it, because again, someone who this is how I see the Democrats and liberals. They have an easy time burning the American flag. I have not seen one would burn an LGBT flag, Black Lives Matter, any kind of other
Yeah,
flag.
because they don't represent what they dislike. That's why.
But that's the thing where
When you see like an Iranian, you guys are really on the Iranians now. When you see like an Iranian protester burning the current administration's flag, do you immediately say they must hate Iran and they're bad people?
I don't think I've seen. I personally haven't seen it yet. But
Yeah, because I don't think you've really looked into it. They're tearing down statues and shit. Do you think that they're bad people for going against their government?
No, because their government literally just massacred like
Right. So
thousands of
those people
protesters.
believe that their government is being bad.
But no, but
So they're saying, I don't like the representation.
this
It's pretty
comparison.
easy. This happens everywhere, dude. This really isn't that big of a deal.
Their government kills protesters, gave no rights to women, pretty much would kill anyone from the LGBT community. How can you
Yeah.
be?
No,
How
I
can
don't like the I don't like the Iranian calendar.
How can you even compare that to the same thing to America?
No, I'm not saying that they're the same thing. I'm saying that you just pulled up a clip out of the wind and got mad about it. Like you just rage baited yourself.
No, because I told you why. I'm saying that clip, right?
Yeah, I think that clip's stupid. I think that that's a stupid thing for her to say.
No, because
I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you.
That
I'm just saying that sometimes context is nice. That's all. I agree with you. What you're saying, I agree with you.
and I even asked you what kind of context do you think? Because like,
the context is that I see a lot of people who just hate minorities using patriotism as an excuse to do so. So yeah, sometimes I think in some circumstances, if I see a guy flying 2 American flags on the back of his truck, I'm gonna go, well, I know what that guy believes. So I get what she's saying. I think it's kind of a stupid statement to make, but I want to see the rest of the interview before I make an opinion on it.
I mean, for me, it's like, I was thinking about this, right? I get it, right? It's part of our, our freedom to do, to do what you want.
Yeah.
But I see it as that, in my opinion, is that,
Mhm.
America, I think every country has negativity to it, right? As an ugly history to it. But it also has a history that, that we are all benefiting from. I love America. So even if we have,
Yeah, me
America,
too, by the way. I adore this country.
yes,
I died
and
for this country.
I love this country to extreme, but I know that there's ugliness to the country. But it doesn't
Right.
mean that, you know what? When I see the American flag, I only see ugliness. Right? To be honest, when I see the American flag, even if it's carried by, let's say, even the Ku Klux Klan, it doesn't mean that, oh, I'm going to be mad or I want to burn the American flag just because bigots carry it too. Because to be honest, that is the country we live in, where it's diversity. We have terrible people. We have good people. That's just how it is. We don't live. This is why I also say we don't even live in a dictatorship, because if we did, the people that we hate would not be around. They would be like they would be dead. So that's the thing where, I always find it, the left,
Mm-hmm.
liberals, easy to burn the American flag all the time or disgrace the American flag without seeing that it's so much more than, I don't know, the parts that you hate. Because it seems like
Mm-hmm.
if you burn a symbol of our country, imagine, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you don't see other countries doing that. I mean, maybe
You
you see
100% do. You just haven't seen it. No, DA, that's insane.
me personally, right? I've never seen.
DA, we had like a whole Supreme Court case over this. Like we went through this.
I've never seen a people who love their country burn their flags. I've yet to see people that love their country burn their flags. They hate their country and they burn the flag.
So
So
once
tell me
again,
something
you
that
are very much against the Iranian government. I'm assuming, based on what you've seen, I'm assuming you're probably not a big fan on those boys, are you?
no.
Okay, so when the people who you're saying are being oppressed, you're saying that's they're being killed, whatever. When they go and like burn their flag or like tear down a statue, do they hate their country or do
They
they
do.
hate the current administration?
I think they hate the country.
The country that was taken over by the dictator.
Yeah. They. I mean, like
So them going against
you want the whole country to change.
the
So you
change
don't want
against
the country as it is.
against a specific ideology that they disagree with. Not
Well,
the country. Do you think that liberals are waking up in the morning and just being like, yeah, I'm gonna go burn the flag because I hate this country
well, I think
because
they
I
do.
want it to burn. I want the country that I live in to die.
I honestly believe that they want the country to burn.
Dia, you've been lied to. This is upsetting to me.
Okay. Well, I could.
Dia, can I ask you a question? And I mean this in complete earnest. When you see clips like that, be honest with me. When is the last time you've actually either A, clicked on the description, B, checked who said it, or C, checked the original page that posted it because you just saw the clip? When's the last time you actually went, I wonder what the context around this thing is? This isn't a gotcha. I'm being for real.
I'm not all the time. I'll say not all the time. Where
Yeah, give me like a percentage. Give me a percentage on like seeing a clip and then you going, that's interesting, and then actually looking into it. Because I'd say
Okay.
mine's probably about 60% of the time. I do that. Sometimes I'll see something, I'll just be like, all right, whatever. But
Yeah,
I look in them a lot of the time. So I'd say
60%.
that I'm pretty. You say 60% of the time you look into that?
Yes, I try because I've
I seriously, I don't believe you. I'm sorry. I really, it's really hard for me to believe that.
Well, that's wrong because I've been burnt by I guess fake news before. Right? I've been burnt by looking at something and thinking that it's true, right, and to be able to figure out that it's completely made up. So I've learned my lesson where I don't just fully believe anything I see online.
So like that the second clip that you showed,
Mm-hmm.
did you notice how in the middle of it, it cut right before it cut to her grabbing the phone? Did you hear that there was like a mid sentence that started the second half of the clip that he was saying? And did you notice that he edited out whatever he said between the first clip and the second clip?
To be honest, like I'm not. I don't.
I'm just asking. Did you notice that before you made an opinion on the video?
Yes, I see that. I
And
noticed.
It didn't bother you. It didn't bother you that the video was doctored?
This is a thing where
I'm just asking because that's not research. That's not research, DA.
Did I say it
That's
was
not
research?
research.
No. I literally said to you, right? It's a visualization of many things I've seen. Many things I've seen. Okay, it's a visualization of many things I've seen. Because
If that's the best proof that you have of a concept, that's not right, DA. That's not right. If that's your visual, if you're saying of many things you've seen. I watch your channel. I've seen the things that you post.
Yes.
If that's the example you want to bring up, you're either A, being dishonest because you know that it's impossible to prove against because it's not real.
No.
Or B, you really just don't care all that much about being informed. Either way, it doesn't bode well for you, my guy.
Because I've said it already. I have plenty to show you that,
Yeah, and I watch them, and I respond often.
Where's your counter argument that they do love America?
I think that protesting things that you dislike within the bounds of the law, things that you dislike about a current administration, things that you dislike about a past, things that you wish we would pay more attention to. I think that burning the flag, kneeling during the national anthem, going to protests, complaining, whatever have you, I think is about as American as it gets. It's how we became a country. And I think, let me keep going. Go ahead. Okay, so like America, you love America so much. How did we become a country? DA? Because we were already technically independent. We had our own flag and we had our own ideas. We had this like overreaching thing that kept, pushing us back. Right. So we said we don't like this, and we stopped doing it.
We fought for it.
And this is what's the difference? I need to understand the difference between James Madison and Thomas Jefferson and all the boys getting together and being like, all right, we have an independent identity. We disagree with this overarching thing, so we are going to actively protest them. And by the
Okay.
way, we didn't just go to war. Like, I need you to understand this concept. We didn't just, like, the boys didn't just wake up one day and were like, we're going to start shooting British people. The Brits fired the first shot. They protested legally at first. And then they made a bunch of, the Brits said, hey, we got to stop that. So they introduced a bunch of new laws. And then we started illegally protesting because these new laws were crazy, which led to conflict. Right? So at first, our founding fathers, the people that you love so much, were doing exactly this. They were burning British flags in public. They were taking down statues. They were dumping goods. They were interfering with arrests and quarterings. Like, they were actively getting involved in these things because they believed what they were doing was right for their country. They didn't hate America when they did that because at that point, America was run by British governors.
And it wasn't America.
But it was. We decided to call it the United States instead of it was the different colonies, of course, and it wasn't one united thing.
So
But
that,
like, you need to understand that there was already a pretty decent identity going on within the colonies at that point, just run by someone they disagreed with. So when push came to shove, they went and said, "We disagree with you." So yeah, I think it's like the most American thing you can do is stand up against what you believe is not right. You might not agree with what we think is not right, but if you just say that we hate America because we dislike the guy that we didn't elect, it's being dishonest, yeah. It's either being dishonest or you're stupid. I'm sorry. Maybe not deliberately dishonest and definitely not deliberately stupid, but I'm sorry, that's not an argument.
well, I wanted you to finish because you tend to interrupt. So, are you got your argument across?
For the most part, yeah,
Okay,
dude.
so let me play your game. So you said, right? Your game is that you think that I'm being stupid or dishonest, but this is
I
the
don't
problem.
think you're trying to be stupid or dishonest. I think that
This
you
is the
are
thing where you
being.
gotta listen to the argument to understand the concept. So I think it's funny that, and I've said this before, right? Protesting is part of our constitution, right? But you got to understand the difference. So we protested civil rights, of course, right? I would back that 100%, right? The rights for minorities. We protest the rights for women. I would back that up too. As much as you think that I hate, feminism, I'm a big supporter of, you know what? We're human beings. We should have equal rights. I support like you said, right? The protesting, the fighting, the battles for our independence from a regime that we didn't think that it was a good regime, right? Those make sense. So why did I say 100%? It's protesting because you just didn't like the man. Why? Because here's the thing, okay? The kneeling, the burning of the flag. Guess why we're doing it? Because none of them did it. None of them. Why are we doing it? Why are they burning flags, kneeling? Because what?
I've done it
Deportation
before. You
of
can ask
illegal
me.
immigrants, right?
You can
Because
ask
here's the
me
thing.
why. You can ask me why.
Please let me finish, right?
I'm just saying. You can ask me. You don't have to. There's no
You could,
theys in this.
no,
I'm part
I'm
of
just,
this.
it's rhetorical. I mean, you can answer it later, but it's more rhetorical in the sense that what are so many liberals and Democrats protesting and fighting so vehemently for? Majority of it is the deportations of illegal immigrants. Why is that? Why is that? I think that's so crazy because none of these people kneeled or protested during Biden or Obama. When combined, they both such drastically, right, outnumbered deportations from Donald Trump, right? And both of them use the same legal loophole that Donald Trump used, right? So they could fast track, they due process all their illegal immigrants. The same Donald Trump did use exact same legal loopholes or legal laws that Biden and Obama used. And again, the protesting, yes, it's part of our constitution, it's part of America, but stupidity, right, is the problem I have with it. You burn the flag because why? You didn't care about illegal immigrants, right? During Biden and Obama, not mainstream media didn't care. Most people didn't protest it. Most people didn't talk about it. But it's only because of Trump. And I said this, maybe you missed it, right? I said this in the beginning, where I think one of my key argument is why I believe Democrats and liberals hate America, because they wish our president will fail. They wish, and they do everything they can
Oh yeah,
so
I
our
did. I
president will
heard
fail.
this.
Because you gotta think, if our president fails, the leader of our country fails, he looks like, let's say he looks like an idiot, or he looks terrible, or he looks like a fascist, or whatever. That does not look great on America, right? And it's like, you got to think. Yes, I agree, right? It's oppositions. If you want to disagree with the president, makes sense. But how can you disagree when the president did exactly the same thing that other presidents you support did? So I have plenty of, like I said, those are examples why I could vehemently see how Democrats and liberals hate America, because of their hypocrisies and delusions.
Do you want me to answer any of those questions?
Go for it.
Okay. Do you remember when I put some numbers in the chat the other day? You mentioned this whole like, well, you didn't care when Biden and Obama did it. Did you did you read what I said about that? Do you remember what I said?
Well, I'm not necessarily just saying you, right?
No, but I'm saying, do you remember? I'm saying that I'm actually like,
Yeah, you
when's the
recognize
last time you, when's the last time you, aside from these clips that you find, like aside from like the obvious, come on, let's be real, you're being rage baited. Like,
again,
no,
no.
listen to me for a
I
second,
literally explained
for a
to you.
second.
It's not just the clips. I
No, but
gave you the argument.
I need to, I'm asking you. So where do you get this idea of like what, so I hang out with a lot of conservatives, obviously. I like knowing what the ground level actually says, like what you guys actually believe. So I have a really good idea on what your actual beliefs are. When's the last time you've done something like this with the liberal? Where you've
What do
like
you
sat and you've watched like a Dean Withers like full show, or you've sat down and watched Jon Stewart, or listened to like Democratic policy making. Like when's the last
I
time you
listen,
sat and watched long, instead of just people on the street, instead of just man on the street like clips?
yes, I do listen to Jon Stewart often. I love the guy.
You love Jon Stewart,
I do.
and you don't understand why people are burning flags.
I understand it. I don't agree with it. It does because
Right, but I don't think that makes.
I know what they're thinking. I don't agree with their thinking, because it doesn't make sense what they're thinking.
Okay, the deportation thing. I need to impress upon you just how different it is.
Please go for
I
it.
need you to understand. Okay, so no one is protesting the deportation of illegal immigrants. The concept of illegal, quote unquote, immigrant has been changed. Therefore, we disagree with it now. That is
Explain
what's happening. Huh?
how has it been changed.
So, okay, the concept of I'm going to cross the American border illegally and live here and work and pay taxes has not been exactly a historically demonized thing the way that we're looking at it now. It's been a technical crime, yes, but we've seen like genuine rises in good things happening with immigration and with the way that our border policies. Listen, dude,
Go
I'm just saying you did you opened your mouth for a second. You smacked the lips.
I'm not.
Do you, Jay? I guess I have to. I have to say
I
this.
do have.
So
I do have. I can
there's
emote.
I think that there's a very
I'm
big
not going to
difference
try to interrupt.
between a president executing warrants and being like, yeah, we need to take care of these. Like, okay, we have this person on our system, we have to go get them. Compared to posting on like Twitter like AI videos and like like music videos of like a militarized police state going around and like busting up Home Depots and like breaking no knock warrants into people's houses. I also think that the numbers really don't go in your favor, because sometimes I've heard you say in some of the more conservative leaning people that Biden had an open borders policy. So all of a sudden, I'm hearing this argument that actually he deported more people than Trump. They can't really exist. So I never really want to hear you. If this is your new argument, if this is the new one, then you can't say that he had an open border policy no more, can you?
I never said that, so that's not.
You never. Okay, then great. So but you will admit that Biden had a better control of the border than Donald Trump in his first term.
That's not what I said either.
Right. Okay. So you're saying that we weren't upset. So there's no hypocrisy here. Okay.
No.
I'm saying this. Yes, Obama deported 3.1.
Say things that I've actually looked into, right? So I've said that Obama and Biden deported more people than Trump. Now I could
And
look
you're
in.
right. Do you remember what the numbers were? Because I do. I mean, like, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Again,
It was about 3 million with Obama between over his 8 years. Once again, we have to do some math here. It was 3 million over 8 years. Okay. Trump in his first term was about, let's go with the liberal estimate that the government posted during Biden's administration, said around 900,000. So let's go with that. About 900,000 under his first term. Biden, during the crackdowns, especially during COVID with all of the border crossing slowness, had around 1 million. Trump so far, and that was over 4 years. Remember, let's do some. We have to understand that this is over a period of time. So far, the Trump administration has said what they want 1 million per year. What was the number that they were going for? Do you remember?
No.
I'm gonna look it up because it was very specific. It's what he ran on. How many?
You can look it up, but I want to say this, right?
No, I'm gonna finish my thing first while I talk.
Have to be exact right now. I'm not. It's not like.
No, I think we kind of have to be exact because it changes the way that we perceive these things. If you can go and tell someone, did you know that Trump pardoned? Did you know that Trump pardoned more people than Biden? And like you can say it all scary and make it seem all spooky and big and oh my God, I can't believe it. And then you like look it up and then it turns out it was only like one more. Right? Like you can make anything that's technically true look really big and scary if you don't have the actual numbers.
That's not what I do.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like that's why I say it's like a little bit. I'm not. That's why I don't make it an issue like that.
Okay. So I have to explain to you once again. Obama over 8 years, deported 3.1 million people. Do you know what 3 divided by 8 is? Let's do that. Let's say it's 375,000 per year. Okay? Trump in his first term, let's just round it up to 1 million to make it even, did 250,000 a year. Biden, let's say, did 250,000 and some change per year. Trump has already done 600,000 in his first term and said that over the next few years it's going to get exponentially more, saying that he's aiming for 1 million a year, right? Do you want to do some math on that? Because 1 million times 4 is 4 million, plus the 600,000 that he's already bragged about doing, which would lead to a bigger number than Obama did in all 8 years of his presidency. So there's a difference in magnitude and escalation coming from this new administration. There's also a difference in optics. Did you hear Obama bragging about deportations? Did you hear Joe Biden bragging about deportations? Did you hear him doing press conferences? Did you see White House videos of deportations taking place? Did you see, like, do you even know who the head of the Department of Homeland Security was under Biden? I don't, because it didn't matter. Because they didn't go on TV explaining how great they were and how big this is and how much they're going to do. So no, I don't think it was a lack. It was a lack of media coverage because it was a lack of needing media coverage. It was our country doing what it had to do to get people that committed crimes out of the country. No one disagreed with it because it wasn't a PR move. So I'm saying that right now, Trump wants to have more deportations than all these people combined, and is making a big PR run of it. That is why we care about this compared to why we don't care about Biden's. End of song.
Okay, let me do this. So, a couple of things.
I'm just saying, those are your answers. Those are my answers.
Yes, and let me rebuttal your answers because it's kind of
Go for it,
right?
Okay.
So you got to think about this, right? Trump, he ran on it. He ran on deportation. That was his main thing, that he will deport, right? So to be honest, I'm not crying that he's using it as a PR stunt because he ran on it. I think that's if he constantly talk about it, it shows you that he's doing his job that he was voted in for. Majority, like popularity vote. He was.
Yeah, we we disagree with it. That's it.
Well, to be honest, this is a thing where you disagree with it, but you didn't disagree with it, right?
No, but we disagree with the methods and the PR. We disagree with the methods and the demonization more so than the actual numbers.
Let's talk about the method, right? So the
method.
Let's
talk about the method.
Yeah, the method is no different than Obama and Biden. The only difference is that now we have Democrats and liberals, right? Democrats in office making things difficult. They don't. So during Biden and Obama, these Democrat cities and states, they helped facilitate Obama's and Biden's deportations. In this, right, they every step of the way they make it difficult. So a lot of these agents, they're going in blindly. So yes, if they're going in blindly or they're making mistakes, understandable when no one is helping them out, right? And it's not their states, so they're going into these states, probably doing certain things that would be foolish. So it's understandable. But I believe that's another step where, like I said, these Democrats, they're trying their best to make things hard. So that's another thing where you're trying your best to help and push your president to fail. So that, in my view,
it's not failure like we want him to kill America. It's failure of a policy we disagree with. Of course we want him to fail on a policy we disagree with.
See, that's the hypocrisy. You didn't disagree with it during Biden and Obama.
But we did, though. Do you remember all the abolish ICE stuff that was coming out? I mean, like, we've always, Democrats in general have always had an issue with the way that we carry out deportation.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, if Obama,
but it wasn't that big of a deal.
As many as they did, if they had like Democrat oppositions, that's ridiculous.
But I promise you, and if you can ask any liberal this, you can ask any single liberal. I doubt you really talk to many of us.
Democrats who stood in the way, and the liberals who, because thanks to their Democrat leaders listening, and now they're protesting. Right? I'm not saying that there's zero protesters during Biden and Obama, but I'm saying there's not many. There's not like signal apps or like convoys, right? There weren't convoys to interrupt ICE agents during Biden and Obama, right? And what Obama was.
Yeah, how many ICE agents did you see on the street on the news during Biden's or Obama's?
Guess what? The news didn't.
No, but because the news didn't bother. That's your answer.
Well, I mean, like I didn't see.
How many times did you see the president during Biden and Obama saying we declared war on this city because of illegal immigrants? Don't you think that maybe would help news? Maybe you think that would boost news engagement on the matter?
No, see, that's why you glance.
Do you think that there's like a mustache twirling villain who owns the media?
A lot of these medias are left leaning, right? A lot of these media outlets, a lot of the mainstream medias are left leaning. I mean, like,
yeah, because unfortunately, it seems like a lot of facts kind of go in our direction a lot of the time.
What facts?
What do you mean, what facts? I just gave you. Okay, do you think that 600,000 is a bigger number than 250,000?
250,000?
Do you think that 600,000 is a bigger number than 250,000?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that maybe, just maybe, the amount of deportations in a year would lead to different opinions on how the deportations are being taken out?
This okay.
This is a fact. I'm saying this is a fact. We are upset with the magnitude, not the idea of it, dude.
But the magnitude is, like, seriously.
We are upset with the rhetoric we're more upset, I think, with the rhetoric that's coming out of it from his supporters and from other people. I think that we're upset.
And I already said that, again, none of these media cared, right, when Obama and Biden did more.
Okay, I'm not the media, DA, and I don't think most people like the media in general.
You the one who brought it up. I didn't bring up the media. Right?
I don't even remember if I did. If I did, then I apologize, because it's a non sequitur. What bleeds leads right now, and unfortunately, a lot of people are bleeding, so a lot of news is covering it. End of song. That's it.
Again, like I'm saying, it's like,
so there's hypocrisy in left-leaning news media. Like, okay, great. That doesn't change the fact that I'm going to keep protesting the current administration who's bragging about doing something I find to be bad. That's it.
Yeah. Well, okay. One, when you find it to be
I don't
bad,
hate America. I love this country. I love this Constitution, and it bothers me when I see him coming up.
It being bad to deport illegal immigrants. I don't.
No, I don't. That's not what I find bad. But that's not what we find bad.
No, it's 100%. They're deporting illegal immigrants.
No, but they're also detaining Americans. They've killed 2 fucking American citizens. That's wrong.
Whether or not you think in federal agents processing. I'm sorry.
I don't know about that one, dude. Okay, the Renee Good one has a better case of that, of like interference, sure. But did you? How many? The video of the other fellow was rough to watch. Like, you
But
watched that,
again,
right?
they were in the way of
I
federal.
understand, and he should have been arrested and tried, but
Well,
they took his gun and then shot
I'm not
him.
saying they deserved it, right? But
I
again,
disagree with that
if they
heavily.
didn't do it, if they weren't there, they wouldn't have died. And to be
Yeah, I
honest,
know,
they were
but that's
there
what I
because
was getting at with the American
Democrats and
Revolution stuff.
liberals
If they
pushed
weren't
on the
there,
lady.
if
They
they
pushed
weren't there, then nothing would have bad happened. It's like I don't. Sometimes you got to be there, dude.
on
Sometimes
the
you are
look,
passionate enough
sometimes
about a thing that you show up, knowing
sometimes
that there's
bad
a risk
consequences
involved.
happen. Sometimes bad consequences happen, right?
Yes, and bad
I'm not.
consequences that we disagree with still. It's not like there's no flip that switches in our brains.
But the
There's no
disagreement,
like
right? The
anti-cop
disagreement
like flip
is
that we have to
hypocrisy.
switch.
The disagreement is hypocrisy.
I did, but I mean that's, but I can just okay. There's two candidates. One of them shot one person in a war, and the other one dropped a nuke. Do you think that the anti-war person is going to look and be like, I can't. I mean, both of them killed somebody. It's really hard for me to choose which one's worse and who I want to vote. No, they're going to go with the lesser of two evils, right? And right now, that's what we're seeing a lot of young people do.
Well,
The
what's the
lesser of two evils for a young Latino boy who unfortunately is seeing a lot of harassment on his community just from in just random objective ways is probably
no?
going to be like, wow, I don't like the guy who's perpetuating this and posting AI videos.
Do you know how the
It
dishonest of that is? Like there was a very influx in Latino voters for
Yeah,
Trump.
voting, yeah, I'm sure, and that's great. Good for them. That's their
So really,
opinion.
that kind of like how
Doesn't
does that not counter your view where Latinos are scared of being, I don't know, because they feel whatever, because
Yeah, there can be an uptick. There was. You
this
want to look
is
at voting
also the
patterns from
problem.
Latinos over lifetime?
This is also the problem. I feel the fear mongering. There's a difference between legal immigration and illegal immigration.
I wanted to
I'm
get
a
into that as
second
well. Yeah,
generation.
which
I'm a
is
second
so that.
generation immigrant, right?
Mm-hmm,
I've seen, right. This is
mm-hmm.
why I've said this, and I've gotten a lot of pushback, a lot of heat for it. But it's like, if you are, and I'm really like Alan, I respect you a lot. This is why I'm constantly. This is why I would be disappointing you. Why I can't see why you can't like change your viewpoint in this, because as immigrants, we understand that there's a difference between if you came here illegally, you
Yes,
have a chance, you have the possibility of suffering the consequences of
yes,
being deported.
yes.
And that's the thing. You
I
came
agree.
here illegally, so now you're
Right.
suffering that process.
All right. Yeah, I'll say that. That's fine. I disagree with the mass ice. What do you call it? Let's just call them operations. I don't know. Let's go with operations. I disagree with that aspect of it. The over militarization and fear mongering coming out of this current administration when it comes to it is
But
leading
who's
a lot
fear
of people
mongering?
to just
It's the left
who's
fear
fear
mongering.
mongering?
It's the left fear mongering. Trump.
No, because I think that most things that I've said and that I hear left people say, I can look up and go, yeah, no, you're right. That's interesting. Wow, I've never seen that. And then a lot of the stuff, like under
Give
this,
me an
like the
example.
state of it, I watched the State of the Union address. I didn't mind it. I actually really liked the last part of it. He went hard in the paint, got my patriotic blood going. Whew, loved it. But then during like the rambles in the middle of it, like him going like, and
But what did he do in the
Somalis, they're a culture of pirates. He did not say illegal Somalis. He did not say illegal aliens. He said a group of the country. He said an ethnic group. He just decided that at that moment he's going to say an entire ethnic group is a culture of pirates. That's bad. I find that bad. And you've seen harassment of the Somali community. Not illegals, not fraudsters, just people with Somali descent. That bothers me.
we can't. Yeah, we could go into that, but
I'm saying that that's what I mean. When I'm saying that he's saying we're gonna deport the illegals, what he really means, in my opinion, and this will come out, I am 100% correct on this, on everything that I love. There is absolutely no way that I end up being wrong about this. When it comes down to it, he does not mean when he says things of that nature. We've seen this before, by the way. This isn't just some new Trump thing. Let's just call them liberals. People on the left side of the political spectrum have always been against this sort of mass militarization against groups, right? He knows that the viewer base that he's firing up with that are not the moderates who are saying, "Oh yeah, well, those illegals, we got to get them out." He's firing up the people that genuinely just have a problem with minorities. They're firing up the people that have already been lied to. He knows that. He knows what he's saying when he says we're gonna get the rapists and the drug dealers. Like he knows that he really just means I want my base, which is mostly white and mostly Christian and mostly male, to feel good about themselves by telling them that the other guys are the enemy. It is a political strategy. He does not mean this. He does not mean any of this. He does not care. He likes money and he likes votes. And right now, what's getting him the most money and the most votes are saying that other people are actually the reason why America sucks and that we're the good ones. There's nothing. This is useless. If Biden was going around toting the amount of deportations, like yeah, I think everyone on our side would have a problem with it. He didn't though. He just went about it in the way that all the other presidents did. He didn't make a fuss of it. He just said, I'm going to do this behind the back because he didn't want to bring public attention to it because he didn't care that much because it wasn't that big of an issue. We had bigger fish to fry. We have bigger fish to fry today. And yet he's still deciding to do this. He pulled out of Minnesota. He pulled the National Guard out of all of these states. He makes a big show. This is just facts. He makes a big show of force of, I'm going to go do a thing. And then he does it for like, what, a month maybe? And then decides that it's not worth it. And leaves and says that it was a sweeping success, even though there's no statistic saying that either A was a sweeping success or B that it should have even happened in the first place. That's what we have a problem with. It has nothing to do with actual deporting criminals. If you're a criminal, get out. That is a common sentiment shared by the majority of people. Non-violent illegals, unfortunately, are not, in my opinion, as bad.
Can I ask you, right? Did you think
I would love to.
Let's say Obama, right? He deported, you said about 3 million. Do you think they were all like violent illegal criminals?
No, I don't think they were all, of course.
Well,
of course they were.
That's already right there is hypocrisy, right?
There's no hypocrisy.
Two leaders, right? Who deported people just plainly because you were illegal.
Hmm.
I saw really no. And let's also say this.
No, you missed my point. You missed my point. Before you go into it, you missed my point. You didn't get what I was trying to say. Once again, it doesn't have anything to do with the deportation of immigrants.
No,
it has everything to do with the culture around it. No, DA. Then I'll clarify before you go into it because you are disagreeing with the thing that I don't mean. So I'm just going to say
no, because again, what I'm saying is that
there's no hypocrisy in that.
It is because
I assure you that there is none.
Alan, right? The thing is that it's the culture that is being created thanks to Democrats and liberals. That is the culture that's being created. The fear-mongering. One, both Biden and Obama didn't run on the deportation.
Trump, exactly, which is why we voted for them. That's why we supported them.
We voted for Trump because he ran on deportation.
But Trump is unfortunately Trump right now is the leader of people that agree with him.
That he's like that for one. I mean, you could be mad, but you can't say that it's like terrible that he's talking about it because he ran on it, right?
Yes, and he ran on it knowing his base of people are going to vote for him specifically for this. That's fine. I have no issue with that.
Right?
I have no problem with that. That's America, baby. That's why I love this country.
Well,
I have no issue with that. That's not the issue. It's not the issue of what he says or what he runs on. It's the way that he's carrying it out, and I disagree with it. It doesn't even have anything to do with numbers most of the time.
But the way people
and once again, he is deporting more. He is putting way more resources into it than the other presidents combined. There is a difference of magnitude here. There is.
Again, because
he ran on it. That doesn't matter. That doesn't mean anything.
He has one party making it difficult for him. So no duh that he has to do more to actually offset it.
But he's deciding to do more in the beginning. He's deciding that he actually wants to deport 1 million or 1 million a year. Yeah, no, but 1 million a year is a lot more than the other ones. There's no hypocrisy in this statement, dude. I'm saying.
No, factually, he hasn't. Because
I'm in the minority of like the bombs being dropped on Japan at the end of World War II. I'm pretty for it. A lot of historians disagree with me on that. That's just me. I don't really mind the fact that we did that to end the war quickly. That's two bombs. If they dropped a third, I'd be pretty concerned, and my opinion would very much change. It does very much matter on the number and intent. I believe that the first two were a means to the end. If they dropped a third, it's only one more. It means a lot more, right? So, I need you to understand that the numbers do matter in this context.
No, but you're predicting future numbers. You're predicting.
Okay. Like if I was alive in World War II and I was the biggest MacArthur fan in the whole wide world, do you even know who that is? Doesn't matter. It doesn't. if I was like the biggest supporter of that guy, the guy that basically, along with Truman, was like, yeah, we should nuke everyone. If I loved him so much, and then I heard him say we're gonna nuke 4 countries a year, even though I supported the first one, I'm probably not gonna be a big fan of that guy no more, and I'd probably protest it, which we
Yeah,
did, and we didn't end up nuking 4 countries a year. He wanted to nuke Korea, by the way. Like
but
we've decided we've gone back on things.
Alan, listen to this, right? Listen to the things you're saying, right?
Yeah.
This is what you like. Literally, you said the narrative, right, or the story or the culture. You don't hear how you can compare nuking a country to deporting illegal immigrants.
No. It's not the actual
No, no, no,
magnitude of
no, no,
effect. It's the
no, no.
number
What I'm
thing,
saying, no,
DA. It's a
no,
metaphor,
no,
DA. It's an
no,
idiom, DA.
I know what you're trying to do, right? I know what you're trying to do. I'm more saying that it's your mindset, right? It's the mindset of the left or Democrats, right? They compare Trump's actions, right, to the just like I mean, again, your metaphor, I get it, right? But they view Trump's action as so hideous, so heinous that you could compare it. You could make an analogy
No,
to
that's not what I
nuking.
did though. Okay, then do you want me to make
I
another
know.
analogy with like stick figures on a paper?
I'm
Like
not
I
even
can
saying
draw
just
one
you.
for you.
I'm not saying just you, but I'm saying like even like the other more even the radical left or Democrat, right? They see Trump's actions as so heinous, as Gestapos, as fascists, as Nazis. That's what I'm
Well,
saying, right?
well,
The
I mean,
level
it
of
is a little odd that he's posting his face like all over DC on these big banners. Like, yeah, the last time we saw that was in fascist Italy. So we
oh,
look at that and we go, that's weird looking, and I'm not a big fan of it. That's
so
it. I mean, it doesn't have anything to do. I don't think
insanity.
we
You
went
think
through this before. Yeah, no, that's a rough one to justify, dude.
that's the problem I have, where the
What, so
left
we're just, I mean, like,
constantly
so we're not
like
allowed to criticize a guy?
anything this
I
man
don't
does,
get it.
right? Anything this man does is the evils of evils in the world,
No, I
which is
don't think that that's
absolutely
true.
insane. You
I
literally just
disagree heavily.
you could say that. Oh, I can see the comparison.
I can
I
see the
cannot.
comparison with this specific thing because you don't know you do not, you know why you can't? Oh, come on, DA. You know where I'm going to get. This is the easiest
It's
dunk
not
in the whole
because
wide world. You know,
I'm
no. Let's stick on that. No, let's stick on that. You know why you can't. You can't see the parallel because you don't know what we're talking about. Because you
I,
didn't look up what we're talking about. You don't
no,
know what I'm talking about.
I
I
have
can't
looked
see
up.
the comparison. Have you seen the fascist Italian headquarters? Do you know what I'm referring to?
See. This is the thing, right? You
That's a
cannot.
question. No, I'm asking. Answer my question.
I have seen. Some history videos. I have seen things from Nazi Germany.
No, but
I'm
like, so I'm talking
you
specifically
cannot.
about that. I know, but DA, answer my question on this. Before you go, we can move on to whatever topic you want after this. I'll get off of it quickly. It's just yes or no. When I said, hey, Trump's hanging his face with the Keep America Safe Again motto all over DC on these, like, Department of Education, Department of Transport got one, because of course it did. Like, he's hanging big banners of him. Not the American flag, not anything else. Him, his face. Right? And I say, hey, I see a comparison with that and fascist Italy. You immediately go, oh, I can't believe you just called him a fascist again. I didn't call him a fascist. I
No,
said that I can see a comparison, and I'm saying you got upset by that fact. Do you know what I'm referring to when I say the Italian fascist headquarters in Rome, circa 1943? Like, do you even know what I'm comparing the two to? Because you were fascist and you immediately got upset. So I'm asking, do you think that my comparison's fair, or do you even know what I'm talking about?
no. Why I don't think your comparison is fair is that I've traveled to other countries where they put their leaders
Yeah,
all over the place.
and we fought
Picture
against
their
that.
leaders.
That's anti-American. That is anti-American
To
sentiment.
have your face? How's that
Yeah,
anti-American to have your face on places?
because
Literally, it's
we're
part of
against total. We are against having
advertising.
one person represent the entire country.
Uh, First
We
of
were
all,
against the monarchy. We tried to give the executive branch way less power than any of the others. We failed. Like, we've admitted this.
power is different than representation. Our president should 100% represent our country, right? Obama represent our country. Biden, every president, 100% is a representation of our country. They are the leader of our country. I
I
don't know what
understand
you're
that.
thinking, right?
But
So that's
you don't find it like a little weird though that like no other presidents did this before? Like, you don't find that like a
no,
little.
but okay,
Also, can
Alan,
you look
be
up? Can you
100%
look up the fascist headquarters? Can you look up what I'm talking about?
Alan, be 100% honest with me. If
Always. I'm not
honest,
lying about any of this. This is
okay,
real shit.
okay,
You can
if
look it up.
Obama,
Anyone in the chat can look
or
this up, by the way.
if the Washington right put
Uh-huh.
Obama's face, plenty of places. Would in your the first thought in your mind, would you do the same thing?
100%,
I,
without a question, without a doubt, and
okay,
without a doubt.
I trust you.
Because I think it's weird and king-like and odd, and I don't think we live in a dictatorship. I don't think we're under a fascist regime. I just think that it's a little odd that we're going all in on this Trump guy like that.
I mean, people loved Obama, so that's why it's like
People did love Obama, and they weren't putting his
that's why-
face everywhere. They weren't. There was. When's the last time you saw like a? Oh, I mean, like when you were alive for this, I wasn't. I mean, I was alive, but I wasn't. I was young. Like, did you see all these like MAGA stickers on bumper stickers and MAGA flags, Trump 2028?
I
Did you
mean,
see a lot of that with Obama?
capitalistic and
No, but I'm asking, did you see a lot of that with Obama? You want to make comparisons? Did you see like liberals running around with pictures of his face on flags?
I saw a lot of T-shirts of Obama. I mean,
T-shirts, sure, yeah. The hope poster, that's a big one, right?
Yeah,
Did you see him plaster his face over like documents? Did you like when like on the what do you call it, the plaques that we have for our former presidents in the presidential hall in the White House? Did you see Obama changing them to put his name into like the descriptions of them? Like, did you see him doing these things? Because I didn't. And I think that it's weird. I think it's weird that he's doing it. I think that it kind of proves a little bit the more, let's call it radical point, that maybe he is kind of leaning into those aesthetics because they're easy to control people with. That's my argument.
Control part, but I don't disagree that. I'll say this. Trump is probably the most egotistical president we had. I would never say I will never disagree to that. But controlling people, this is why it's like. That's why it's.
Well, it's control a narrative. I mean, like the Ronald Reagan plaque, like for example, the Ronald Reagan plaque. Did you even hear about this?
No.
These changes that he was making, exactly. Like I'm saying, I think that whatever corner of news you are in the world, I have a thing called Ground News, right? I pay for it. It's $60 a year, and it like so each news story that kind of comes out, it categorizes it for you with different sources. So it'll say like Iran, blah 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 blah, whatever, and then you can click on it, and then it'll have like sources from like a left-leaning source and a right-leaning source, so you can compare what people are saying about these things, right? I'm just saying, like, that's how I find my information. I watch a lot of Fox News. I obviously talk with you guys a lot. Like, I'm here. I actually listen to what your guys' opinions are. So I'm just saying, like, if you're only really watching conservative news, then you're not going to see the things that we're complaining about. You're not going to see the comparisons that we're making. So I'm saying this.
For me,
The Ronald Reagan plaque was fine. It was like, Ronald Reagan did this and this and this and this and this and this with the rest of the presidents. That's how it goes. And he was like, and also was a fan of Donald Trump, right? Like, what's the point of that? Because in my opinion, that kind of makes him look like a little man-child who thinks that fascism looks cool, who thinks that being a big boy looks good, and he knows that it's easy to control his fan base. When the buck stops at one person in every area, yeah, it's 100% easier to get people on board.
This is the thing where it's like,
I'm like, why did he do that then?
I don't disagree that the man is egotistical, right?
But do you think that egotistical is a good quality for a president?
But I disagree.
I disagree. I think it's not.
To be honest, is like being cocky is not a bad quality, right? It's not.
But that's
great
not cockiness.
quality.
That's like actively inserting yourself into histories you weren't part of. That's weird.
That's not fascism. That's not. This is the problem. This is why.
What is fascism?
This man is an egotistical president, right? He always wants his name in things, or he always wants his face in things. Okay, I can agree with that. But then it comes to it gets to a point where you're going beyond trying to push a certain understandable narrative, and then going for, you know what, he's evil.
I don't think he's evil, but I don't think that.
I'm sorry. When people say fascism, when people say Nazi, Gestapo,
right? But you don't understand why we're saying it.
But
you think of it as a bad thing. Okay, so I'll ask you this.
I'm sorry, if you talk to any, I mean, I'm surprised, but if you talk to any liberals, they don't view those words as good words.
No, I don't think because they're bad. No, because they're bad. We're making a negative comparison. I have to ask you again. We went through this before. Do you remember?
Yes.
What's fascism, buddy?
Dictatorship.
Just say it. Just a quick 2 sentences.
It's essentially a dictatorship.
No. There's a dictatorship. Usually the source of government that comes with it is dictatorship, yes. But I mean, it's a political ideology.
But that's the mindset, right? That's how
No,
I
it's
view
not.
it.
No,
You
it's
can't,
not. Yeah, but
you
that's how
can't,
you view it. But that's
you
not
can't
how
have
it
fascism
is.
without dictatorship.
I mean, yeah, but I can say that I view the $1 bill as actually being worth $1.50, and because you think that it's $1, that means that we just can't agree on something. It must
I
mean you're
didn't even
trying to
explain
demonize
it
me.
wasn't.
I'm saying, yeah, like you can do that with
That's not what
anything.
I'm
If
doing.
my definition is different, then you can be mad at me.
Yeah, but you
Like I
cannot
understand that, but I'm saying
have
that that's not the definition that we think. It's not the definition that's like
it's
made by
authoritarian,
anyone
right?
else.
It's one like it's a central power, right?
It's
Which
usually
essentially is a dictatorship.
no. I'm saying the dictatorship, yes, can usually be the main form of government with it, which we only saw like 4 fascist countries ever, and
And
all
with
of them
all
were
the dictator leaders.
yes, to an extent. A lot of people don't. Adolf Hitler was a dictator to the extent where he plastered his face on everything and made everyone think that he was, the big boy, because nationalism is cool and like it's easy to be real national when you agree with one guy. But it's not like he controlled. It's not like he controlled everything. Like we label him a dictator because he
What did
made
he not?
himself a dictator.
What did he not control?
Huh? No, I'm saying like he had like a cabinet. Like it wasn't like it wasn't it's not the
Okay,
same as
what
like
did
the
he
Soviet
control?
Union. The
Even
Soviet
a
Union it
dictator
was
has
a dictatorship where
even a
like
dictator
obviously
has advisors. Even
okay, so
dictators
let's
have
okay, then
advisors.
Hitler was a dictator. It doesn't even really matter my point. I need to
I'm
can I read out to you
more saying
this?
that you don't understand. Like you do understand it. The evils
I
of those
do. Oh,
words.
I do. I know what all these words
But,
mean because that's my
but,
job, DA.
but you're framed in ignorance by the evils of those words, and this is
No, no,
why
no, no. They are evil.
liberals and
They are
Democrats
evil.
love.
You
Again,
misheard me again.
that's the point,
They are
right?
bad things.
And that's the point. This is why Democrats and liberals love to use those words for our government, which is
Yes, because we
insane.
think that they're doing bad. We think that they're doing things
They're not.
similar to it.
They're
Can I
nowhere close. No, I'm sorry. This is why I get. This is why I do get triggered and angry
getting
because I'm
fired up,
sorry.
dude?
Our government is
Love it. I
nowhere
love it.
close. Nowhere close
Sure,
to
nowhere
any
close
of
to
that.
that. Okay, but it's an ideology. Like I want you to understand that when
See,
no,
even
but DA,
you,
listen. Okay,
you guys,
let me give you
you
this.
agree that they're nowhere close to that. They're nowhere close to all those, right? Do you? Please. I mean,
Yeah,
like
no, but what is those? Like that? I'll
a
give you my answer once
dictatorship.
you.
A
Right,
dictator.
I don't think we're close to a dictatorship. But
You think we're close
fascism
to
is not a
fascism?
dictatorship.
Do you think
I think that
we're close to fascism?
okay. So your definition of fascism is just that it's like a dictatorship. I'm not even trying
It's
to make you sound stupid.
authoritarian.
It's
It's
like a
like you
dictatorship.
rule without control.
Yeah,
You rule
DA, I'll say this.
without
No, no, that's not what that means at all. DA, I'll say this. If your definition, if you think that that's what we're talking about, then yes, we sound stupid and apocryphal or not apocryphal, sorry, hypocritic, like hypocritical, Jesus Christ. You get what I mean? Like, yeah, if that's the definition that you're running on, we do look like a bunch of hypocrites who just like yelling at things. Do you want to hear the definition that I run on, which is why I think that he's kind of leaning that direction?
Go for it.
Do you want to hear the definition that historians agree on? That everyone outside of your bubble, you said that you're a how it is guy instead of a how I want it to be type of guy. So I thought, unfortunately, your definition is very different from everyone else's. So
Alan, did I not say go for it? Please tell me
I
your
know, but I'm
definition.
saying, okay, fascism is, quote, a mass political movement that emphasizes extreme nationalism, militarism, and the supremacy of the nation over the individual. That sounds a lot like the Trump marketing campaign to me about now.
Give me some examples.
Of each category?
Give me some examples that you
Yeah, sure. I'll
believe.
give you an example. Extreme nationalism. This concept that we are being invaded by other cultures, that they're incompatible, that we need to have a strong military, that we need.
You
No, I'm
believe
giving you
in
examples.
that.
I'm giving you examples. I'm giving you examples. The idea that we have an obligation to police the Western Hemisphere, that we have to get involved in Venezuela, that we have to get involved in Iran, that we have to show our military power. The fact that we upped our military budget again by billions of dollars, I think are kind of indicators that maybe we are becoming a little bit more nationalistic. The way that we're isolating ourselves with these tariffs, we're yelling at Canada, we're threatening a NATO member, taking away their land. Like we're really upping this idea that we're the best. And that's national. That's literally a definition. You can look it up. We're really upping this idea that we're the best, and anyone who says we aren't the best are wrong, and they deserve punishment. Right? So like we have to be the ultimate police. We're the ultimate force. That's extreme nationalism. There's my examples for that.
No, no.
Militarism goes into that as well. This concept of we have the best military, we have to be the ones with the big dick going around, slanging that boy around. That's militarism. Same with the way that we've militarized ICE. Huh?
Keep talking,
I was kind
brother.
of reading it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'd say that the idea of dropping where we think it's so cool. Look at that. We got people with AR-15s and body armors and Punisher masks on the streets. We got APBs in the streets. We're coming to get you. That's militarism, and it usually doesn't go very well for democratic countries when we start parading things like that. And I'm not a big fan of it. And then the supremacy of the nation over the individual. Now, this is what I'm seeing a lot from you guys. This appeal to authority. Well, if they, if they didn't want to die, they should have just, they should have just done what they said, right? Like if you guys hate America because you're protesting it, right? You hate America because you don't like this one thing and you don't like this one guy, and you protest that. That means you hate America. You want Trump's policies you disagree with to fail. Uh-oh, you hate America. You like immigrants. Uh-oh, you hate America. You should leave. That is the nation over the individual. And right now, you guys are in power, so it's a lot easier for you to be for the nation over the individual. You know what that sounds like, DA? I rest my case. Please
Okay.
disagree with any of those things I just said.
Okay. Let's let. I do.
I'm just saying that we're not saying because we think it's evil. We're saying it because it follows those definitions.
One, that's ridiculous because those are evil. Just saying.
No. I'm saying that no, but I'm not saying that we don't think the fascism is evil. I'm saying that it's not a synonym for evil. It's a separate thing that we just also happen to find bad, and we think that he's doing it. So yes, eventually it loops back around on the word triangle to bad, to be meaning bad. But it's 2 degrees of separation away from the event.
One, I'm okay. I'm not trying to attack you, but
You're allowed to attack me. I think this is insane.
No, I'm just saying that one. I think you have a hard time understanding emotions because I'm sorry you are intelligent. You are an intelligent man, but I'm sorry the rest of your party does not use it in that sense that it's about the emotional. It's about the evil, not about all the other stuff. But
I mean, okay, keep going.
I want to do the one. First, what is it? You said the first one, nationalism. I think one, being proud of your country does not make you a fascist whatsoever.
That's different. That's patriotism, and that's a good thing. And I'm a patriot, and I love my country. Nationalism is different. Nationalism is different than loving your country.
To even care about the defense of your country, to even care about, because this is the thing, U.S. have always prideful in the strength of our military, right? It's been pretty much most presidents.
Well, I'd say that.
Put so much money into during Obama. No one called his regime a fascist.
No, but we're not. Let's not do the whataboutisms with Obama anymore. We're past that. We're done with that. I won't bring up any other. I won't bring anyone else either. Let's just stop with that. It's pointless.
Well, for me, like first, okay, fine. Even during president, right? During let's say it was Trump, putting money into our military, I don't believe it's fascism because we are a world power, regardless, right? I think that's necessary. Now, I could disagree with.
Yeah, but like more money.
Disagree with how much we put in.
Right? Yeah, I hope you would. It's kind of ridiculous.
Again, us being a world power is part of America, so I don't disagree with us being a top world power. I think that's nowhere. I would not ever think that would be part of fascism. Us defending the Western world. Now, I told you my views about our foreign policies. I believe we shouldn't care, but I understand it, right? If America, because again we're not the leaders, if America believes that there is a significant threat with Russia and China,
no, but we are the leaders. Democracy for the people, by the people. We should be the leaders.
But we elected Trump.
You just did a fascism. You just did an elitism. You just did it.
How?
DA. You just said we aren't America. We can't decide if Russia. Blah, blah. You said we aren't America. You said those words.
No,
what did you mean by that? Expand, because that's okay. Expand then.
I said I understand that as if we need to worry about Russia and China. I understand why our leadership cares about the defense of the Western world. I understand about it. Now, I've said before that I'm not the biggest fan of us. I to be honest, I prefer isolationist. Right? I prefer us not caring so much about outside of our borders. That's my personal view. Right? I don't care about I don't care. I personally care. I like the tariffs. because I'm not bothered by you know
Mhm.
the rest of the world, you know, not wanting whatever, not wanting to deal with us, or we don't need to bother with the defense of the rest of the world. But I can understand why we cared about
Oh,
this
that's
thing.
all right.
It's because, again, it's oil to China, oil to Russia. I understand why we cared about you know Iran and stuff like that. It's still oil to China and Russia. I understand these things. I don't
Mhm.
personally. I don't care because I don't really care about Trump's foreign plans and stuff. So that's how
Sure,
I.
yeah, that's totally valid.
Um, let's see. What else did you say?
But like our Monroe Doctrine, do you know what the Monroe Doctrine is? Like the friendly neighbor policy?
Yeah,
You do?
I've heard about the how we what is it just the being what was it I watched it, or I just recently watched it. I forgot um what was the point, right, for us to be in charge of the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah,
uh,
basically, we said that under President Monroe, he wrote basically saying that no more European colonials is like the European powers can't screw with us anymore. Like the Western Hemisphere. Oh God, hi, what's up, boys? It doesn't even really matter. My point is that I think that our complaints are valid. If you wanna chalk up every liberal's complaint with the current administration as like they're just too emotional, I don't think you should be doing this, and you should probably just stick to hating women. I don't think that your
See,
political
I find that
opinions just
dishonest.
really
I
don't.
find it dishonest and disingenuous. I didn't That's not my argument at all. So
I
if
know, but
that's
I'm
how.
just saying that at this point, that's my argument. I'm saying that if your best thing that you can say is, but they say that they did a fascism, and fascism means bad and evil. So that means that they must think that they're evil. Oh, I can't believe they said that America's evil. They must hate America. That's
Am I
not
on with
really,
am
that's
I
not an
on with
argument.
the
You
famous
are on.
Mr. Smithy?
Mr. Smithy, indeed. How you doing, brother?
I'm okay. I think you're a very young person.
I am a very young person.
Right. So
A very young
um
person who's going to vote for a while, who's very politically involved.
right, as your soul is crushed throughout your life, you'll become more conservative.
I'm sure that I will, and I hope that I do, and I
You know.
hope that you can prove me wrong. But let's be real, DA ain't doing it. So if you can push back on any of these points, then I'm here
Okay,
for it.
I wrote some I wrote
It's
some
nice to
stuff
meet you,
down.
by the way.
So the people don't realize what happened after World War II and the Cold War. So the United States, so
That's like
what
my
the
like main expertise, by the way. I love the Cold War. I love it.
right.
So
So
I'll probably on the page with you.
what happened was the United States gave all these really sweet deals to all these other nations in the world,
Hmm.
as long as they would um, be against the USSR.
Yeah, yeah,
So we sold out our industry to give these sweet deals to all these countries after World War II. When
yeah,
when the Soviet Union fell, um, um, workers in the U.S. Saw that their industries were gutted. Manufacturing industries were gutted. So Trump is he's appealing to blue collar workers because I mean our industries we offshored, we sent everything to China just to make these deals, and now the tariffs are the United States way of getting back some of our wealth. So
yeah.
tariffs,
I'll be honest with you. I'll stop you there. Before I'll let you finish, but I don't really have too much of an opinion on the economic stuff. If the Trump economy is doing good, I love it. Hell yeah, I like the
right,
econ. I don't know much about the economy, so if the tariffs
right,
do end up working, I don't think they're evil. I think it's kind of cool. It's a cool
right.
idea. I don't
But
have an
but
opinion on it. I'm just saying, like,
so
I don't.
what
I'm not going to be
happened?
able to refute
Right.
anything you
So
say or
right.
prove
So
it.
what happened after World War II ended in that Cold War period is all these nations,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about there.
right, became dependent on the largesse of the United States. So we gave
Uh-huh.
all these these sweet sweet trade deals to other countries that that gutted blue collar workers in the United States. And now Trump is saying
Sure.
that is horrible because and he's trying to reshore all the manufacturing. That's a good thing. It'll be.
I think that's a good thing. I agree. I
Right.
think that's a great thing.
Okay. So you're very young. I like you.
I'm against the social policy more so than the economic. I like Trump's economic policies when they work. I'm like, hell yeah. Like it affects, it helps my dad, it helps my mom. Like I love it. I have nothing wrong with the economic policy. I trust him more on economics than I do in the other
And
stuff.
then fascism. You said the
Yeah, I think he's getting there. I think he's getting there a little bit more every day.
Okay, so I don't agree with your definition of fascism. Fascism to me is
I just looked up the definition.
right.
Like that was like the one. Like I'm saying
Right.
that yeah, we can all have different definitions and saying that that's the one that most people go off of. So that's the one that
Okay.
most people are saying is agreed.
Fascism to me is okay. Mussolini came in before Hitler. He was
Yes, he did.
right, and so Hitler kind of looked at Mussolini. He kind of admired Mussolini, but Mussolini it was
okay. If we're going history, I'm gonna have to highly disagree with you on that one.
no Hitler.
I wouldn't say that Hitler admired. He admired the system of government that they were able to get in such short time. He always kind of hated Mussolini. He always disliked Mussolini. They almost went to war at first.
What's that?
Germany and Italy almost fought against each other before they made the pact, before the Axis powers pact, because Italy wanted North Africa.
No.
Am I wrong? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you're wrong.
How wrong? Maybe at the time I'm wrong.
What I
like.
Say that
Hitler. They say that Hitler admired Mussolini is, I feel like, a bit of a stretch now.
No, well that's the truth.
Anyway, continue. My bad.
So I don't want to boast, but I'm kind of a World War II aficionado. So
hell yeah, dude.
I know quite a bit about World War II because I like playing World War II games. Or
hell yeah, no, I'll take your word on this stuff then.
Before I became an alcoholic.
I think that fair. I think my wires crossed a little bit.
Yeah. So.
Oh no. Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, I was kind of.
Mussolini came into power before Hitler. Way before Hitler. And Mussolini or Hitler admired Mussolini.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
Okay, sure, yeah, I'll go with that.
So fascism is to me what fascism is the melding of government and industry. It's not what you said, the sublimation of the individual to the state. That's communism.
I didn't say that. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say that. So, yeah, it's what I read because that's like the definition. Right. You're allowed to do a different definition, but
so yeah, fascism.
That's the one that I'm going off of.
So is the combining of the government with industry to make it.
That's communism. That's literally communism.
No.
That's literally Marxism. Wait, the combination of the government with industry? That's literally collectivism. That's collective Marxism.
Well, the difference is that the fascism keeps the leaders of industry, the corporate magnates in power.
Mm-hmm.
But they coerce them to do what they want them to do.
And you're not seeing any parallels with how that's going right now in the U.S.? You don't see any parallels between that?
Well, that's not my point. That's my definition of fascism.
Right, and I'm asking you, if that's your definition of fascism, do you see any parallels with the way that we're seeing large businesses having influence over a governmental policy and vice versa? You don't see any parallels between those things?
You think it's today? You think that's happening today, or has it always been?
I think it's being perpetrated today highly because a lot of these bigger corporations get along with the Trump guy than the liberal guys. So you're just seeing a lot more today.
A lot of these people are very Democrat leaning as well. A lot of them have also donated to Democrat leadership.
Like who?
Your thing is like
No. Okay, so they're Democrats then. I don't care. They just want money. I don't care about the political opinion of the guy that owns Nestle. They like money. No, but I'm saying that. I understand that, but you don't. So this like what's the word? Let's just go with this. You say that Trump's for the blue collar worker. I can't necessarily disagree with that. I'm with that. But why is he so buddy buddy with these big super PACs and these big corporations willing to donate $10 million to his campaign? Like that doesn't seem like a very blue collar like working man aesthetic to me. It seems like maybe he just wants money and power and he's willing to do whatever he wants to get it. And if that includes
I
being
mean,
buddy buddy
you
with big
disagree that a lot of
corporations.
times at the beginning, a lot of times Trump had ran on very little donations or money from these big corporations. Most other Democrats.
I'm gonna look it up. It's
been, you know.
for all. I'll do it. I'll do it right now.
Like one of the things that Trump ran on is that he wasn't, these big corporations weren't donating to him like that, comparative to, let's say, I don't know, Kamala
Right.
or
So let's look at the numbers.
Obama.
Well, the
Okay.
change occurred when Ronald Reagan won his second term. That's when the Democrats. So before Ronald Reagan won his second term, the Democrats were for blue collar workers. They were a party of a union and for workers. So once Ronald Reagan won his second term, the Democrats they couldn't believe that Ronald Reagan won his second term.
Hello, everyone.
So they started courting Wall Street.
For the record, you guys were right on that. Kamala did get more money from large corporations than Trump did. Fair enough. You got me.
But you know what? This is a thing where
I'll admit it. Like I was wrong. You're right on that.
Yeah, we can't put that under. It's a Trump thing because
I don't think it's a Trump thing, but it is odd to me. It's a little. It bothers me either way. It bothers me actually a lot more that I just read those numbers.
I don't disagree.
That pisses me off.
These corporations put money into our government. I don't disagree that that's a problem. But that's you put that another thing as leading towards fascism or another step, and it's not.
No, I didn't because that's not in my definition. That was in his definition. I was just pushing back on what he said.
Your point that Trump's a fascist.
Who's that? Who's that? Oh, hi, buddy. TBD cooler than me. No, we go. No.
The odd
Have
thing
you ever seen
is that Donald Trump, President Trump, is trying to destroy fascism because you were trying to catch me on. You were trying to catch me on. What do you? As I was questioning your definition of fascism, you were saying, what do you think fascism? Don't you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I don't think he's a fascist. I don't think that he is a fascist. I think that, I can be a little racist without being a racist. I can see a black guy walking at me in downtown Detroit in the middle of the night and go, oh boy, I'm a little scared. That doesn't mean that I hate all black people.
My point, Mr. Alan Smithy, is that Trump is trying to destroy actual fascism in the United States.
Yeah, if that's your definition of fascism that you're going off of,
right?
I agree.
The cooperation of industry and government.
Okay,
that's
I agree
what
with you.
Mussolini was doing in
That's
Italy,
fine.
And he made the trains run on time.
Well, that's a bit of a myth. I like fascist Italy a lot. I'm a big fan of learning about it. I think it's a really interesting microcosm of the way that people think.
But
Mussolini really didn't do all that great for Italy in general.
The odd thing is that Mussolini, he wasn't anti-Semite. He just wanted to join. He just wanted Italy to become.
Yeah, he was a hyper nationalist. He was a hyper nationalist.
Become a Roman superpower. The new Roman superpower, but
Italy
doesn't have the industry. Italy didn't have the industry to become a superpower. But the one thing that Mussolini did was he suppressed the mafia in Italy, and everyone was like, "Yeah, this is a great thing," because they didn't like the mafia. But then once the United States invaded Sicily, the mafia kind of help the U.S. the U.S. troops.
I know, and I think it's really
on
interesting.
The ground.
I think it's great.
Defeat Italy. Isn't that crazy? But Italy should not have gone to war. They should have not have joined that joined with
I
Germany.
agree.
Right.
Yeah, no,
But-
I'd love to talk about that. I just
Like-
need to once again reiterate that out of this, there's 4 people here. I haven't heard Mr. TBD's definition yet, but we've all had different definitions of the thing that I'm upset about, and the thing that DA keeps calling me crazy for being upset about. We have 3 different definitions. I'm going off of the one that the people who trained their entire lives to decide what it means say. I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm just saying that you guys have different definitions. So yes, of course, it's going to be hypocritical. I'm saying your definition works for your argument. I agree with you. I agree with what you're saying. My definition works for my argument. You don't want to use it, DA, and that's weird. Oh, TBD. Uh-oh. Wait, your mic was kind of freaking. You want to talk again real quick?
But I just want to rein it in, just to make sure you understand my point more clearly, right?
I really do, DA, because it sounds like insane.
No, but listen to this, right? I want to go back to how I said, pretty much how tonight is, right? I believe Democrats and liberals hate America. So even if you use the word, right, whatever your definition is, still it's part of the ideology of just evil, right? Whatever you use the definition is, because if you use these words, right, for our administration, right, literally you are trying to paint our leader, right, our president, as a terrible person, as an evil person.
No, that's not what we're painting.
Wait, I'm not just saying you, right? I'm
saying we are not.
You guys are. Hey.
We're painting him as a terrible person because of things we think that he's doing are terrible.
But I literally said the things he do is terrible. All the presidents have done. So that's the hypocrisy of it.
No, but that's not. So not in this manner. Not in this manner. So why does Matt? You don't think Matt is special like at all? You don't think this is like at least a little interesting to see this like hyper patriotic push that we've had? Like I find it interesting. I think it's neat.
You love America, and you're complaining that
I do love America. Yeah, I am complaining about the side as it is my God-given unalienable right.
I think more people
life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. My pursuit of happiness is being crushed by these people. My liberty, in my opinion, is being crushed by these people. I am a little upset about that.
How so?
There you go. Would you like me to get into it?
Yes. How is your your liberties, your freedoms being crushed in any way at all?
Okay, so mine are not really getting anywhere right now because I'm a white male. So I doubt that I'm really going to go anywhere. I'm getting there. I'm getting to a point. Yeah, I think that, let's say, I know your opinion on these fuckers already, but I mean, like, yeah, it's a little bothersome that, like, you can really pick from any example. I'm just going to go with the Somalis. Let's just do that because that became a talking point. Also, first of all, you guys did not give a fuck about them. They've been here forever. Minnesota's highest immigrant population has been these Somali motherfuckers forever. And like you only now, I can't believe it. How did they get there? They got there for a while.
No, you don't think that's suspicious?
True.
No, I'm getting to my point. I'm saying that, like, yeah, I think that the concept of the president of the United States, yes, what is his name? Nick, whatever the fuck his name is.
Somalis were in Minnesota in 1890.
What'd you say?
People from Somali weren't in Minnesota in 1890.
Yeah, when I say forever, I was being hyperbolic in service of a point.
Well, yeah, just continue your point.
I'm saying that the average everyday Somali fellow has had their pursuit of happiness stipend because the president of the United States of America, the leader of the free world, decided to say to an audience of tens of millions in the State of the Union address that they're a culture of pirate people. I think that probably affected their lives in some way or another. That bothers me. I think that obviously I'm pretty.
I don't think they are.
Do I think that every single American citizen that has Somali DNA in them is a pirate person? No, I do not think that.
Neither
do I.
Is my fucking crazy
working, or is it still?
It's buggy.
The mic. The mic. Yeah, the mic ain't working, buddy. Oh no, it's kind of back. Go for it. But no, I do not think that every single Somalian person with Somalian heritage is a pirate person from a pirate culture.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they were naturalized. Especially if they were born in the United States. Sure, Somalia itself as a country is a shithole. I'm not saying it isn't. Somalia fucking blows. I would never step foot in Somalia, even if they cleaned up the beaches, and even if they were the next Dubai. Like, I'm still never going to Somalia. I'm never stepping foot in their country. That's not the point. The point is that that's not racist at all. That's just against a shitty country that can't run their fucking government correctly and has decided that piracy is actually good. Maybe that bothers me on a national level. The actual Somali individual, especially those that are naturalized and or born in America, no, I don't think they have pirate DNA. I don't think that there's like an inherent thing in them that says I must steal money from white people. Like, no, dude, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't know. It's not so crazy. And
You think that there's like a biological defect within Somalis that makes them want to steal from people? That makes them have a pirate culture?
Well, this is a thing where
no, that's a question. That's a question. I mean, that's a real question. That's not rhetorical. Do you think that there is an inherent trait, even in a Somalian person that was just born in America, has nothing to do with their mother country? You think there's an inherent trait in them that makes them want to be a quote unquote pirate culture?
No, I think what's in them is that they want to have a leg up. If you can scan the system, if you can scan the system.
No, but that's lying and stealing and cheating. So they want a leg up. But who's they? Every single Somalian person in the country is just has it inherently that they want to get a leg up. Yeah, anyone wants to get a leg up. What are you fucking talking about? What are you talking about? Oh my god, I gotta go.
I'm saying
I'm listening, but I'm gonna listen to everything you guys have to say. I'll give you like 5 minutes.
Even you said it, right? Like the Somali population is centralizing in one place where we're seeing surprisingly recently a huge abundance of fraud, right? I'm not saying every single Somalian, but if they are a tight-knit group of people, then most likely they will probably know someone that knows somebody, or they have a cousin, or whatever. So I'm not saying all of them are terrible, but all of them are probably a tight-knit community that they know that, okay, you know what, maybe my cousin or second cousin is doing something, whatever, or if they help out, or if they, because this is the immigrant communities, they definitely stick together. So they're definitely helping out each other, or they're definitely employing each other, or they're definitely because recently I just have I just recently have a short too that showed you, right, that, well, I haven't posted it yet, but it's like two Somali brothers are being prosecuted. They got their other Somali brother to try to bribe some the bribed like some other people during the courts.
A jury member.
They are connected. I'm not saying every single one of them, but again, you have to get in check, right? Where as the president of the U.S., they would think about, okay, all these Somalis are centralizing in one particular area where their representative is a Somalian, so, and she's gotten, like, her net worth has increased dramatically over even the few years that she's been there. You see how government aid has increased drastically since Somali population has increased. You got to put two and two together. And it doesn't mean that it's 100% all Somalians, but no, we can say that, you know what, at least most, if not majority of them or all of them, know someone that's doing something shady, and they're like probably, guilty by association too. So I'm not saying that they're all terrible, but we are seeing certain results where they are experiencing very shady things. They're one of their leaders of their state is Somalian, so who could be questionable of her net worth increasing drastically, which is, I always think, I'm always surprised any of our politicians, any of our government officials.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you one question? I need to ask one question.
Smithy,
I would love to answer it after I ask DA one thing. Sorry. Hold the thought, for real. Hey, DA. So I think I'm going to say this. My thesis for this last thing is that you just did a racism. You just did a thing that I disagree with. And here's why. Here's why. I'll get there. You just said, hey, look at all of these Somalis doing bad things. Oh my goodness. There's a Somali who... What was that?
It's pattern recognition. Like you see,
Yeah,
all this
but do you
happening, and it
understand? Do
just
you
so
understand that
happens
it's a little
to be
absurd
Somalians.
no,
If
there's.
it's
I don't really think
absurd,
there's.
how come we
Do you want to?
recognize
Do
a
you want me to
pattern?
bring up the statistics of Somali Americans compared to Somali Americans that have been convicted of financial fraud schemes?
Again,
Do you want to see the number? Like, it's not. It's really not
I
It's
mean,
pattern
how
recognition
big
if
is
you
that?
only.
How
It's
big is
pattern
that
recognition if
research
you only
case
watch the
of
news and don't look
daycares or
up the
whatever? Yeah.
number. It's pattern. Do you consider 90 people in America's history, 90 Somalians being convicted or tried of financial crimes compared to 260,000 people, Somali Americans?
America does have a history of listing other races as an opposite race. They've listed black and
That's no, what I'm
Hispanics as
saying. But
white.
okay, fair enough. Then I'll
And
just say this though. Do you think that 90 divided by 260,000 is pattern recognition, or maybe just a little fear mongering bigotry? Because I
well, I
don't think
mean,
90 out of 260,000 is a big enough number for me to go that, there must be a conspiracy and they're all a tight knit community. Like 90 out of 260,000 is like,
well, I mean,
that's like less than that's less than 1/1000th. Like, I need you to understand
but
how
Alan, you
small
could
that
agree.
is. Is that a tight, do you know 1,000 people, DA?
Here's the
You
thing,
know
Alan.
1,000 Vietnamese people? Like, you say that they're tight knit communities. You know, like, that would be the basis of you knowing any of these people that have committed it. Like, I need you
Here's
to
the
understand that that's not a tight knit. That's not right. That's just me.
no, but
That's just being a dickhead.
Alan, you could agree
The
that
fuck?
our government could be corrupt, right? You could agree to that.
I think our government is very, 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 very,
Okay,
very corrupt
let's go with that idea, right? So you have a Somali
on
leader.
both sides, for the record.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not saying
yeah, we have
you have
a
a Somali
Somalian leader. Uh-huh.
in a state where Somalians are centralizing. You also have
Yeah, that's how she got elected.
a governor that's pretty much, I mean, on board. So, and then you see records where what is it? I last I saw was like 2017, about a million. Again, these are I'm just estimating about a couple million in aid funds. By now, 2000 and like I think 2025, about over 300 million in increase in aid funds. So that's like, I don't know, a couple of thousand percentage of increase in the percent in the
Wait, what is it? What is an aid fund? What does that mean? This isn't
like
a gotcha. I just don't know what you mean. From the
I mean,
federal government?
I'm pretty sure you've seen the what is it, the Nick guy who did all those reports, right? With
Yes, I did see that. I also saw that a
those are
lot of the
the
stuff he
right
went back
for
on and that nothing was
childcare.
really proven.
But I'm not saying that was proven. I'm saying that we
Nick
see
Shirley, that was his name.
the increase in aid, as in like childcare, as in autism.
No. I understand what the concept of aid is. Where's the aid coming from? What is
From the government.
aid?
Money
What kind of government? We live in a fucking federalist nation, dude. What government?
These programs, right? These programs for certain, these certain aid programs, right?
No, I understand. Where is the money coming from? The federal government or the local governments or state governments, cities, counties? Like, what are you talking about aid? I need to know what that means, DA. Do you know what that means? Did you just hear aid and go, oh, they're getting money?
Federal money going into the country, going into the state.
Federal money. So your thesis, there's federal money. Isn't it weird that federal money increased to a state? That's what you're saying.
Why is it weird?
No, but I'm saying I don't get your. So wait. So when you're talking about, you said that there's a 2,000 increase.
If they are reporting, if they're asking for more aid, right?
Yeah. Huh.
And then the governor and the officials of that state is allowing it, is okaying the increase in aid. So that's weird.
So okaying an increase of aid from the federal government. That's what you're saying. So like, you're saying of aid. So explain to me the definition of aid that you're speaking about, because there's a million different definitions.
For childcare, program.
But where from? From the federal government?
Man, it's like.
Yeah, I really don't get. I'm not trying to be a dick. I just don't know what you're talking about.
You kind of
my city passes like fundraising bills. Like you can call that aid too. Like I don't know what aid means. Like I don't like aid can either mean millions of dollars in like funded mandates.
It's like $700 million to Somalia.
Hey, Mr. Alan Smithy.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah. So you said.
Yeah, please go back on your point. I want to hear what you have to say. Yes, Tim.
So you were threatening to leave, but You can't leave
No,
until
I wasn't threatening to leave. I had to go piss. I'm just saying I'm just going to listen
but
for a while.
you can't leave until I wrote down notes about everything that all your points that you made.
These aren't points. I had points earlier. This is just my
No,
brain is a
you made
hamster wheel
points.
right now trying to understand what's happening.
Right.
I understand. I get it.
Right, but so you do contribute to this community that
I
DA has.
do. I'm a
Yeah,
big fan of this community. I
right.
like hearing what you guys have to
So
say.
I don't think that. So this is not one of my written points that I wanted to discuss with you, but I don't think that progressives or people who are left of center in the United States hate the United States,
Thank you.
but they want to change it in
We
ways
do.
that are very uncomfortable to I think probably a majority of people in the United States. Like I would say it's that people who are left of center or Democrats or progressive, however you want it to coin it, are want to change the United States, that it makes about 60% of Americans upset.
In what ways?
Well,
Just quickly.
well, I don't have any points to this of that, but that's just my general theory. That's just a
So
theory.
your general theory is that Democrats are doing things that 60% of the population doesn't like, except I
Correct.
don't know what they're doing.
Right.
They
Based
just would. You
based
just
on
don't know what they're doing.
what you're saying. So I just want to go through some points
No, we
that
have to have some specific things that you're saying that
but
we're doing. That 60% of America is a lot of people. That's a
it is.
whole lot of millions of
Yes.
people. If you're
Yes.
saying that we're making 60% of America uncomfortable,
Right.
what are we doing to make them
Our
uncomfortable?
left of center now are pissing off 60% of US of Americans.
By doing what? By doing what?
Okay, well, it depends. So I'm gonna go over
Anything.
some.
Just give me anything. Dude.
Okay, so earlier you said that Trump has more faces in the United States than Obama did.
Oh no, that's not what I said. Of course, the hope picture was all over like T-shirts and news. And no, that's not what I mean. I'm saying that
Well,
I think that it's. I didn't say more. I think that it's a little weird that he himself is posting them on like departments and like cabinet things that really don't have anything to do with him or the executive branch.
that's not
That
what your
bothers me.
argument with DA was. You were
No,
you were
that's my
arguing
argument
with.
now, and that's what I meant to say earlier. So I'll retract it. Whatever I said earlier then was the dumbest thing that I've ever said in my whole life, and that's my argument now. Do you still have to refute
The
it?
second thing where DA was correct, but you were arguing with him. All presidents, anyone who has to be a president, has to be
Yeah.
egotistical.
Yeah, to an extent, but I don't think it's a great quality for the leader. I think that. Well, what's the
It doesn't
There's an
matter.
there's an old idiom. It's from the two
not a
popes.
good
It's an old Catholic idiom.
right.
But if he
Catholic
doesn't,
idiom.
Yeah, I'm saying. No, I'm saying it's like the man most to be the Pope is the one who never wanted to be the Pope, right? Like so, like I think that yes, every president in America has been egotistical. I'm not a big fan of them using it to their advantage in this way.
Right, but I don't think you can be a president. I don't think you can reach that height of power in the world without being egotistical. Obama was egotistical.
Yeah, I know, but I think that
Biden
Trump.
was
Okay, then I'll say that
egotistical.
Trump is considerably more egotistical to the
No, it's
extent
just
where I am upset by it.
it's just egotistical because you
But
don't like him.
more so. No, I don't actually even hate the guy. I think that he's being.
Right.
I think that he found his lane, and his
Right.
lane I disagree with heavily. He's just playing the game. He's playing the game beautifully, and I respect the fuck out of him for
Okay.
playing it in the first place.
Okay.
I don't hate him. I hate the things that he's doing.
Okay, I'll agree with. I'll give you that. The second point.
I'm not
you
like the typical straw man. Like I have like real
Right.
thoughts and opinions, and I like do research. I promise you.
and
I don't get
you-
my news from TikTok.
Okay, and you actually work at a job. You actually work at a job.
I do work.
Okay, at a real job.
Well, I mean, not a real job. I mean, I work consistently. It's a pizza place. Like I'm in college still to get an
Okay.
actual degree.
Okay, deliver pizza. So you're learning. Okay, that's a job. Okay,
It is a job.
You're going to college and you have a side job.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. Keep on doing that. And let's see, what was my other point here? Okay, if you love your country, you have to
Mhm.
be nationalistic.
I heavily disagree with that.
Yeah,
I love my mom. I don't think that she's the greatest woman that ever existed and ever will exist, and I don't think that it's her right to like go yell at other neighbors that they're worse moms than her. I still love my mom. I think she's the best mom for me. I would die for my mom. I'd protect my mama, but I don't think that she is the best mom that's ever existed. That doesn't mean that I don't love my mom.
Do you know there are
how,
I'm
better
how,
patriotic. I'm not
who's better,
nationalist.
who's a better
how,
mom out there to you?
No, I'm saying that it's entirely subjective what the best is. I think that America is the best country for me to be living in, and I love our Constitution. I love the way that we go about things, and I love the fact that we're even given these opportunities to speak. That doesn't mean I think we're the best country in the world on most metrics, and that definitely doesn't mean that I think that
What's a better
whoever happens to be the president is the best guy. Like I'm still allowed to disagree with the president. I'd
what's a
die
better
for this country. If the Chinese rolled up on fucking the West Coast tomorrow, like I'm driving down there. Like I would die. I would give my blood to make sure that this democracy stands.
I
Which
do
is
want to move on to other people, but now you just made me want to talk about this. What's a better country?
It just depends on the metric that we're using.
What I'm asking for you. What do you think is a better country?
It depends on the thing that we're talking about. I think that it's all subjective. I think that all of us want our countries to be the best.
I know
Like
it's subjective.
I don't think that there is a discernibly better country than America. The same way I don't think there's discernibly a better country than like the UK. Like I think that there's a gray area that I don't think about because I'm not a nationalist. I'm a patriot. Like
For
I
you,
like my country.
Somalia is objectively bad.
Yeah, I would say that Somalia. I'd say Somalia is
So,
worse than a
there's
lot of
clearly an
countries, but that's based
objectively
on like
good
it's
country
based on
then, right?
it's based on metrics though. It's based on like
Right.
everything else. I'm saying that we have like we have
so there would be a objectively best country.
yeah. If you're going based on like specific metrics like economy and crime rates, etc. Yes, which is why I don't think that we're the best country because we really aren't number one in most things anymore. Nor were we really ever. We just kind of decided that we wanted to be really badly. And it's funny you brought up the Marshall Plan and all of our aid to Eastern Europe, or to Europe in general, but specifically during the Cold War. Like the whole point of even like the North Atlantic Treaty Organization in the first place was just like a I scratch your back, you scratch mine sort of idea that just developed into actually we are your overlords and we control what you do and say. And that I think is kind of the reason why it fell apart. Like the majority of the world deals with us. They don't love us, right? Like they just deal with us because they have to deal with us. Like we just
it's better to be feared than loved.
I also disagree with that when it comes
And
to billions of people depending on one guy deciding if he likes a country or not. Their well-being dependent on that.
Just I'm not.
I'd rather be loved personally.
I'm one thing you need to do is you're using metrics a lot now. There was a word last time.
No, just like numbers, just like data. Like I think that that's important to use when you're arguing.
You use it about every other sentence, so don't use that. Try to think.
Okay, then I'll change the synonym. America has the highest incarceration rate per capita in the world. I don't think that that's good. That takes our points down on the best country of the world scale. Like we have the highest military budget, and yet we have one of the higher what's the best way of saying it? We have one of the lowest graduation rates of any westernized country, yet we have more military budget than the next 17 combined. I think that makes us look kind of dumb and a little hypocritical, and it makes us ponder the question of why aren't we giving some of that money to our education system? I don't know. It's not my call. I'm not a politician, and therefore I think that maybe we're not the best in that area. Gun violence, obviously. Let's talk. That's bad. That's rough. Like I'm saying, like we're not the best in most metrics. We don't produce the most stuff. We don't import the most stuff. Like we don't do all that much better than most Western countries. So I don't think that we're the best and objective thing. So I'm not a nationalist.
I do want to talk.
I definitely don't think we should police other countries that we find inferior.
I do want to talk about that, but I want to give other.
All right, I'll stop. That's my song.
Before I do that, I want to say, yo, Evil Eddie, my brother, missed you. Evil Eddie, I love you, my sister. Thank you.
Yeah.
Everyone else. Thank you for being here.
Why is it
Let's give some other people some spotlight. TBD, what are your thoughts so far on everything?
I don't know. A lot of stuff he's said is it's contradicted the next sentence on some things, and then when he says America isn't good because it has a high crime rate, the minute Trump deports the people causing that, there's a big.
That's not what I'm
issue.
saying. That's not okay. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, just let him talk.
If I said those words, then yeah, you're allowed to dunk on me. But I didn't say those words, did I?
I'm not done.
Did I say those
just like,
words?
no, I'm just saying that.
No, I'm saying that I would agree with you. That's a dumb fucking thing to say. If I see a liberal say anything even like vaguely reminiscent of that, I'm just like, yeah, you're a dumb person. There's a lot of dumb liberals that genuinely do just hate anything red because they were told to. I'm saying, like, if you want to argue with those people, go on TikTok and do what DA does and just, like, look up clips of stupid people on the internet. Like, I'm here. I would love to chat. Like, don't mischaracterize me. I like this. Respond to a point that I made. I'll try to talk about it and maybe just leave and let you talk, but respond to something I said. Don't just make a straw man for the man that's already in front of you.
Don't attack DAs so much.
No, it's fine. Okay, TBD, continue.
Me and DA have a history. We've been here before. I love you. I love you. I for real do love him for having me up here. I have no ill will in my heart against him. I just think some of the things he says are really destructive and hurt people, and that bothers me.
I think the same of you, my brother. All right, TBD, continue.
I think if you want to see like a modern fascist country, you should look at the UK. We cannot speak. If we talk out against the mass immigration gangs, we will get arrested and put in prison for up to 5 years, and they will fine us £2,000.
My brother, I want to do a stream with you.
Yeah, that sucks. That for real blows. I'm sorry that you guys are going through that. That's
awful. And like, all we want is someone like Trump in our government because he would fix it.
Is that for real happening though? Like I've heard about this like free speech cancellation. Like how like what I'm actually asking. What's the criteria on like quote unquote hate speech that you can be fined for?
If you just say something that emotionally upsets someone, you can be charged with emotional. I forget the term, but it's emotional distress, something like that.
Literally, if we live in the UK right now, Alan could get me arrested right now.
Yeah,
we live in the UK right now. What Alan just said, how I hurt people emotionally. I could be arrested.
I disagree.
So
is that actually happening?
Yeah, everything happens. There was an autistic girl. She called an officer a lesbian. You know, it doesn't sound anything. She was arrested for that and pepper sprayed.
Yeah, that's no good. I disagree with that.
If I go out right now and there's a Pakistani people at the local shop, right? If I was to call them, you know how we shorten names, like a Britain is Brit or stuff like that. If I was to call him a Paki, I'm gone. I'm gone for 5 years.
Yeah, but you know what you mean. Like calling someone a Brit isn't the same thing. I mean, you know that.
Yeah, but it's just shortening their name.
You knew that when you said the word.
So I'm saying.
Yeah, but you know that upsets them. Like if an Australian called you, yo, what's up, like it's a Brit. Like you wouldn't be upset.
Part of their country's name.
You shouldn't get arrested for upsetting.
It's a good question to ask their community, but they're obviously not a fan of it.
It's not like I'm calling him.
Oh yeah, by the way, DA, like Packy's like a for real slur over there. Like that's a bad time. Boys. That's like the N-word for us.
You still shouldn't get arrested for assault.
No, so if you,
I agree. Oh, I agree, but like it's the same. The reason why we don't call black people the N-word.
If someone breaks into my house right now, I have a bow. If they break in and they have a metal bar, let's say they're going to try and kill me. If I was to shoot that bow at them and it kills them, I will be arrested. And I will face murder.
Exactly. Yeah,
because I didn't use proportional force. It has to be proportional to what they have. So I have to let him hit me, basically.
Yeah. I mean, my ex, who lives in Leicestershire, literally said she can't defend herself in her own home because she would be arrested. Yeah.
There's a Keir Starmer.
For the record, to anyone curious, because that does suck.
Half of our government isn't even British. Like if you saw the prime ministers, they have these meetings in the big hall. I forget what it's called. Half of the, maybe 60% of them are not British national, and they are from India, Africa, Pakistan, Somali, and in fact, a Pakistani man is the mayor of London, which I don't believe that's a good thing. Like, not because he's a Pakistani man, but because I believe British nationals should be in leadership positions in their own country.
Yeah.
I just can I ask a
Yeah.
question? I just looked it up because that sounded absurd to me, and I'm interested. When you say like UK nat like, what do you mean? Do you mean that they're of like
Born-
Pakistani descent, or are you saying that they're like actual like immigrants fresh off the boat? I want to run for an office in the UK. I want to be an MP.
He was. I think his family was here for a bit, but that doesn't. To me, that still doesn't matter.
That makes him a citizen.
I
It
believe
makes him a
that
citizen.
people in leadership should be the Anglos.
It's 97%, by the
What?
way, of MPs were born and raised in the UK their entire
Well, yeah,
life.
97% were born and raised, but that doesn't make them from this country. They're just their
It doesn't?
families come over here.
Oh, you just like the Anglo boys. You like the yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying.
England
Yeah, we do
to
a
be
thing.
ran by the Anglos who built it. There's another one. Anglos, the
No, we could
I
definitely.
forget what the French came over.
But can you see why that might be considered a little bit of a bigoted comment? Like, do you see why that might lead to some controversy?
It takes like
You can see how that's. I mean, it's a little. You're not judging them based on the content of their policies and stuff. You're judging them based on if their parents were born in the UK or if they have Anglo blood. Like, that's a little bit.
Alan, have you traveled outside the US before? Have you traveled outside of the US before?
No, I haven't. Well, I mean, I've been to Canada, but I am a big geography buff. I really like learning about the rest of the world.
Alan Smith, you're Canadian?
No.
No, I live in Detroit, though. I can pop over to Canada
there are
easily.
streets that are just
I have a Canadian passport. Like, I can go there whenever I want.
And streets, and my problem isn't that they're here; it's that they're converting our culture to their culture. There's the Keir Starmer. I'm pretty sure the Muslims had a mass prayer in London, and he said they are the heart of our country, and that's just.
No, yeah. I mean, we could definitely make a stream about that because I have a controversial opinion that I believe that, keep predominantly white countries predominantly white.
Yeah.
Controversial.
Yeah, I heard you say that the other day. That's why, DA? Why must you?
We can always change the topic, but I mean, I want to give Zyrax, your biggest fan.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I'll get off of it.
My sister, what is up? I missed you.
Are my biggest fans here?
Yes, hi, Alan. How are you?
I don't think I've ever actually talked to you before. I've heard so much about you. Good evening.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
How are you
doing?
All
right.
Are you as pretty as your moniker?
No.
So
I'm sure you are. Don't do that to yourself. Come on now.
Well, so what do you have?
You want to see what I look like? No, you don't.
Sure, if you want to come up.
But Anyway, what were you saying, DA? You want to see what I look like? I'm looking pretty today. I'm not actually. My hair got the haircut. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, the lineup and everything. Not bad.
Yeah.
Look at the glasses. You see the silver glasses?
You're okay.
Big nose. It's all right though. We live the life.
Okay.
That's nice to
Yeah,
nice to meet
exactly.
you.
I don't really worry about it.
Your face on there, Mr. Smithy.
Nice to meet you. And I'm just saying, a lot of people think, I don't know. A lot of people are afraid of that. That's why I hate like the whole like alpha male like rating.
I'm not. Don't worry. That's not over here.
Like it's like who cares?
I'm not
like,
an alpha
anyway,
male
I'm from England.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm a little ugly and I don't really care that much.
You are
Alright,
better
so-
than 90% of the guys here.
Alright.
I don't know. I keep getting called like Jew boy and ugly by other like panels that I go on, and it's just been it's like, all right. I don't know. I
It's
think it's
because
kind
of
of
your
interesting.
nasal bridge.
It's because it's the nose. The nose is crazy. I am like the majority of my ancestry trace back to like Celtic Ireland and Scotland, and I somehow
Yeah,
ended
I
up with
have
this nose. It's
my
wild,
nose does the same bump in the middle.
dude. It's crazy.
You're
It's what we
okay.
got from the Roman.
Anyway, whatever. It's a tangent. I thought it was funny.
We all wear
Um,
only intelligent men wear glasses.
I agree with that.
That's a
Now, that's
fact.
something. We can reach across the aisle every so often.
I've
We
lost my
agree on
glasses,
some
so I
things.
guess that explains what I am.
Oh, come on! Don't do it to yourself. I really do not hold any contempt for anybody here. I love these conversations. I'm a big fan
I
of this.
don't hate anyone too.
I know. I'm just saying. I like this because I get to learn. I get to see like the ground level of what the quote unquote opposition actually sounds like. Like you can watch the news and you can watch your TikTok clips and you can watch like the Dean Withers "I destroyed this conservative." Like you can watch that all day, but that's not really what they are, right? Like you got to look at the ground level. Unfortunately, I disagree with a lot of the ground level, and that's kind of what I mean.
I mean, like, it's common sense in here, but if I was to explain my views to anyone here, I'd be
I
called
know.
a far-right
I hope you
Nazi.
guys get that
So,
shit figured
like-
out. It's not great. It's weird.
I'm a Nazi to people here, so can you do?
Yeah, it's fair.
Let's let X-Rax.
Yeah, what's going on?
I want to hear it.
What's your thoughts?
Well, I don't think liberals or Democrats hate America. We just want to change America.
Yeah.
Don't know why you would think that we hate America. It's like if something's not working, you want to change it.
So what's not working? What should change?
What's that?
What's not working and what should be changed?
Well, I mean, a lot of things. I agree with a lot of what Alan said. I mean, I'm more for like the education. I'm for like education. I want like money into education. I want like free college for those that want to, or free trade school. Something to help our own people. As in, I'm talking about American citizens.
Okay, show me a protest about free colleges.
Oh no, dude, don't do that. Don't start that. You're starting that now?
Yeah.
You're saying that we don't care about free college? It's like been like one of the biggest talking points. You were a Bernie, bro. You've seen this. It's like a big talking point. What are you fucking talking about?
This is what I'm saying, right?
This is the thing that can't be run on.
Because this is the thing, right? I could literally prove it, right? But Alan, let me. I want to go with Zyrex for a little bit. I know you're very vocal. Let me.
I know. I'm just saying. That's not. I'll find you a protest. You asked me to find you a protest. I'll look it up right now.
Find me. I mean, I'm saying like this is a thing where there's popularity in free Palestine is drastically more popular than, let's say, free colleges, right? And
because it's easy to do. It's collectivism.
Literally, the Democratic Party betrayed Bernie Sanders and his idea. Hillary Clinton didn't run on free colleges, right? So really, I just showed you the Democratic Party is not even on the same page with what you're saying.
Yeah, right? Because for the record, the party and the individual are very different. Like, I think that the Democratic Party fucking blows. They have been doing everything wrong humanly fucking possible. It's insanity. Anyway, but like, I think that it's the ideals.
The populists and the liberal populists are different as well. I see bigger free Palestine protests or stop deporting illegal immigrant protests than where's my free colleges protest or
because the free college thing gets shut down because we can't. That's not like a thing that you can do anything about. Like that's entirely reliant on your congressperson deciding to do it.
How can
and they won't
free Palestine, which you can't do anything about too? But
that is a good question. I agree with you. There's a lot of weird. I don't think that's hypocrisy though. I think it's just selective outrage in a large.
You say that
it's annoying.
But in general, I'm not even.
Okay, talk to her. I'm gonna go. I'm listening to that. I'm done. You're getting me fired up, dude. It's just like a topic that's on our mind. Why do you care about Somali fraud? Did you care about Somali fraud last year, DA? Or like the year before when the convictions actually happened? Like, did you see that in the news? Did you give a fuck? No, you didn't. Because you didn't know about it. Because you didn't hear about it because no one was talking about it. So, no, it's not hypocrisy for me to not care right now about that. Like, what the fuck? still be in the back of our minds. It can still mean something.
You know,
Get the
free
fuck out of
Palestine
here.
happening for years now, right? The
Well,
free
Free Palestine's been happening forever. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's not exactly a new concept. It's new
Yeah.
because we have a president that's really buddy with Israel. So it's kind of it's a hot topic issue. It's a
free
hot button
college
issue.
protests ain't happening for years, or it's
Yeah,
not.
but like, what's a free college protest look to you? Free Palestine's easy. You're saying, I think that they're being occupied by a government that we
This
don't
is why I
like.
say
Free
it's that
Palestine,
hypocrisy, because you
period.
say that Democrats and liberals want changes. What changes do you actually want?
Let's talk
What I see is
talk
free
Zyrex
Palestine
about that. I'm done now.
and stop deportation of illegal immigrants. I mean, please, Zyrex, explain. You
It's
saying
not
that
illegals. It's not illegals.
it is.
Please talk to Zyrex. We are not protesting the
You haven't
deportation
proved it
of
wrong.
illegal immigrants. We are
You haven't
protesting the
proved it
culture that
wrong.
is detaining thousands of legal immigrants. That's turning them. It's fear mongering. We're
Because
we're
they're
mad at that.
interfering in federal agents. No, duh, they would detain
Okay, so
people.
I have to ask you a question. If Trump tomorrow were to say, you know what, Vietnamese people, we went to war with them, and I think a lot of them harbor bitterness. I think that they're conspiring, and decided to say that how many illegal Vietnamese people there are. I can't believe them. I'm gonna send ICE to go get them all. And they went up to your door and they were like, "Hey, dude, you look like the person we're trying to get right now. Would you come in with us to make sure that you're an American citizen?" And you said, "Yeah, because I am an American citizen, and that doesn't bother me at all." And they held you for 3 fucking months. Would you be upset at that, or would you just say, "Oh yeah, that's just the system, man. That's just how it goes, man. Like it's just no." You'd be upset. You'd be upset,
No, I would show them my passport and birth certificate.
as they did with these people, and still held them. That's what we're upset about.
Name me one that they did.
Huh?
Name me one that they did. You said
The best example, and I know it's just like the hot topic. I'll get off this. The whole Kilmar Abreu Garcia fuck up, that whole thing, like he was, like undoubtedly he had the documentation. They just said that it was fake until they realized that it's real. Oh no, we sent a random guy to an El Salvadorian hyper prison.
it's understandable that they make mistakes. Right?
Yeah, but I'm saying if you were one of the mistakes, would you for real still be holding this sentiment, just saying that it's fine, this it's just how it goes? Like every president's done this before. Why would I be upset at this one? Like no, you'd be kind of fucking pissed. And unfortunately, a lot of liberals are brown people, and a lot of brown people are being harassed. And you got liberals pissed off about it. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes all the fucking sense in the
There's a
world.
legal system to go through.
Can I
They're
interject
being
here?
targeted. That's the thing.
Stop. I want to again.
I just need you to understand that we are not upset by criminals getting punished for crimes. We are upset.
Okay, Alan. Right. Let's Zyrex. I wanted to give you a bit of screen time, so
No. Alan can. I think he explained it way better than I can. So I'm good.
No, you're.
But it's a different perspective.
You talk.
It's a different perspective.
Men like hearing women talk. Go ahead.
Huh?
No, I mean I don't know what else to add. Like I said,
But you're part of the saying that Democrats wanted to change, but
yeah.
I've seen Democrats and liberals have not really stand on trying to change. They haven't stand on anything trying to change anything.
And the Republicans are?
Huh?
The Republicans are?
I'm not saying that Republicans or Democrats are better, right? But
okay, then why are you trying to hold the Democrats up to a certain standard if you're not holding, your side up to that same standard?
Well, on the same side is that they're not.
It's usually Democrats that protest way more than Republicans do.
But what are you protesting?
Well, change any kind of things, I
already proved to you there's not changes.
Well, then why? Okay, so then you guys are okay with everything that's going on right now? We should not change.
Right now,
I mean, as we go, should we not progress? Should laws not change to
what?
You're right. To what?
Right? It's like Democrats to say that we want change, we want this. What do you want to do, right? Because one, I don't see them standing on anything, and two, I don't see them proposing anything. I don't see that. What do you want? I would love to hear. What do you want things to change to?
Well, the answer is it differs per person.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. You said Democrats and liberals, and I'm saying in general. I'm not saying 100% all of them, right? but I would at least say majority of them aren't that, right? They're not trying to change, and they don't stand for America, and they don't support America, right? And they don't
What gives
try
you
to
the
better
impression
America
that
in any
what
way.
gives you the impression that they hate America?
Hate America. Plenty of. I hear more hate speech of America on the left
Like
than I
here,
ever
I'm
do on the
sorry.
right. Right? You
Alan
could say that
Smithee, be quiet.
you would hear people on the left say that they hate America or America's not the best, while on the right you would hear more people on the right say America is the best, or they would never burn the American flag. They would never say that, negatives about America is rarely heard on the right compared to on the left. You only hear negatives or mainly negatives of America.
Yeah,
Right?
because we don't like what
could
we're
I
seeing.
interject?
Right? Even the
Go ahead,
culture,
Alan.
right? The culture, the feelings are drastically different. I'm not. Maybe
Could
we
I
can talk
interject
about
like really
politics.
quickly? I think I could answer your question.
Go for it.
Quickly, I'll try. Yeah,
Al-
you're right. The
Al
right tends to just be
Smith,
like, we're number one, we're the best. That's fine. Like I get it, and that's a totally valid opinion. I will say this, and you're not gonna like it because you guys don't think it's real, but it is. It is. Unfortunately, the power dynamic of America has been quite landowning people with the penis and balls. That's been our demographic. That's been the boys, right?
Mr.
Forever and
Mr.
ever.
Alan
Like
Smithee.
I'm getting to a point, I promise. I'm saying that. So yeah, it's a lot easier for the white with
Just
the penis and balls to
yeah.
love their Latino American living in San Antonio that just had their fucking family detained, even though they were American citizens. It's a lot easier for the one that isn't being affected by these policies to not care about said policies.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, we have the right in charge, right? We have the guys that they agree with in charge that aren't going to touch them in charge. So why would they dislike it? We had conservative Republicans go into
Mr.
it.
Alan,
Oh my God! They went into the
Mr.
Capitol
Alan
because they
Smithee.
hated America so much. I just need you to
We're,
understand
we're
that. Yes,
trying
please.
to
Yes.
listen to Zyrax right now, and you're mansplaining to her. So I
No,
think you
I'm
should.
sorry, Zyrex. Am I
No,
mansplaining?
no, you're not.
No,
Okay, then I'm.
She's his
don't.
If you please shut me up. I'm just
Zyrax,
saying.
don't let Mr.
DA, you're
Smithee.
assuming that we're all on some equal footing, like in societal level, right? Like you already have a leg up on a lot of people. You already think you have a leg up on people. I'm saying that we're not all equal, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right to admit that.
We're
That's
never
fine. That
we're
doesn't
never
mean I
all
hate
meant to be
America.
equal,
What's
right?
that?
We're not meant to be equal, right? But
By the
system-wise,
people, for the people. That sounds pretty equal to me.
law-wise, we
You
are
ever
equal,
read the?
right? But results, we're not going to be equal results-wise,
But why
right?
can't we? I'm saying that the left
Okay,
tends to push for
that's
more equality, and you guys tend to push for.
see,
And right now we're seeing it. You
that's
guys tend to push for. Well, it's always been this way, so we must just keep it. Like, what's the point of changing it? Like, you hate feminism. I don't think you hate feminism because you hate equality. I think you're worried that feminism means that you're going to have less power one day. That's
Yeah.
annoying, and that's what bothers you about it. You're worried about the power imbalance actually coming and affecting you, right? Like that's why you're worried about feminism, not because you think that we shouldn't be equal. You're worried that it's going to come back around and you're going to be treated like the woman, and you don't want that. So I think that maybe you should be a little more empathetic to the woman who voted Democrat because Trump said he's going to take away abortions. Like I think you need to understand that these are genuine grievances that we have. We don't just look at red and go, oh, bad MAGA hat. Oh, like we have women that want the freedom to choose that are having that taken away from them.
Why don't you
Like,
let
you
a
know what I'm
woman talk
saying?
then, Mr. Smithy?
I'm sorry, Zyrex. You're right. Bye
No,
bye.
no, go ahead, Alan.
Hey,
No, go right
Alan,
ahead.
can I ask you something, Alan?
You can.
What
If
are
Zyrex does want to talk, by the way, I didn't mean to
your
interrupt. I'm
views on
sorry. I just.
No. You're good. You're good.
Okay, fair enough. What's
What
that,
are your
Mr.
views
TPD?
on abortion?
I think that I probably wouldn't go for that if the situation arose in my life, but I think that my life is not the same as most other people's lives, and I don't really care what they do. It's their freedom. I think that they should have an opportunity to choose. I'm not pro-abortion, but I definitely am not pro-abortion ban, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a middle
Don't
ground.
you think that it's like kind of
That's not a middle ground. I mean, I think right now we have a group of people saying that I think that maybe I wouldn't get one, but I think they should exist, or we have a group of people saying they shouldn't exist. Like the middle ground is exclusively on one side of it, like right, like
What I would like is everyone to mute their mics, including myself, and DA ask Zyrex some questions. So yes, sir.
Tim, I think you just really like the voice of Zyrex. You commented on it a couple times. You really just you like having a lady in here. Oh, I can see your little rosy cheeks blushing a
He's a
little
little
bit.
bit excited. He's a little bit
He's a little
excited.
excited. He's a little happy. Sorry, Zyrex. My bad.
No.
Her moniker is very enticing. So everyone move
Ew,
their mic
ew.
and let
Yeah,
DA ask Zyrex some questions, so we
No,
can
I
hear
mean,
her beautiful voice.
All right, dude. That's getting a little.
no, it's fine. I mean,
Smithy, you're
I
talking.
do want to.
Mute your mic.
I
Tim,
do want.
why do you care so much? Oh my, Tim.
I know that you love talking. I know you love talking, and I always love talking to you. But I do want to give, because I always want to test people's opinions, right? Because to be honest, this is a problem I have. Okay, I don't see it in general in the Democratic Party, in the liberal, the liberal movement, the liberal, populists. They show more that they're not. They say they're fighting for changes, right? But they're really, how I see it, right? In
No, we're
general,
just disappointed in our country. We
but
could be so much better than what we are. So
but
that's why we're asking for change.
give me some example. What do you mean?
Well, for one, we could be like less racist. I know people don't want to, outright and say, oh, like you guys were talking about the Somali population in Minnesota. Like that's just a small, compared to the numbers. Like I don't know why we're so focused on that.
Okay, I mean, this is why I want to challenge your opinion, right?
Hmm.
Hopefully I can. Alan he's very, he has strong his convictions. Maybe I could change yours, or just help influence a little bit. This is what I have a problem with, people always thinking America is racist, which you have to think it on the grand scheme. What other country on this earth, okay, what other nation on this earth is as diverse as America is? In my opinion, there's no other country as diverse in race, ideology, religion, you name it. The diversity in America, nowhere in this country
Yeah,
on this
and we
earth.
have one side that's trying to kick minorities out.
Which one? Are you talking about illegal immigrants? Is that what you're talking about? Kicking? That's another. This is why I don't understand why intelligent people, like I believe Zyrax and Allen, are kicking out who? Right? You can't kick out legal
For the
immigrants. You
record,
can't kick out legal immigrants because you can't kick out American citizens, because where would you kick them out to? Right? Other countries would not accept non-citizens.
they did. They
Name a
do
country.
accept it though. They did
Name a
accept
country.
it. He did a press conference about it,
Name
my
a country
boy.
that.
Smithy,
Name the
shut up.
country.
Cyrax and DA.
Tim, you gotta calm down on the simping, my boy. This is getting kind of desperate sounding. No offense.
Democrats are
Uh,
simps. I'm not a simp.
DA, for the record, we aren't the most diverse country.
Name
I
one.
already knew this because I think it's interesting. It's probably a country you can't even name on a map. Actually, you might be able to. You know where Papua New
I
Guinea
do.
is? Yeah, they're 100% the most diverse. They're a
No,
really cool culture. I love Papua New
their
Guinea.
diversity is more in language and culture and religion. It's not by skin color. It's not by
A race?
Yeah, because they don't have the same concept of race
well,
as we do. That's
that's also
diversity to
disproven.
them. Yeah, we don't care. Why do we care about skin color?
You
I would
do.
talk about
Literally, you talk
ethnicity
about
and
racism.
language.
Racism is not culture, right?
Well, racism is a white word. Racism is a particularly European
Yes,
idea.
but
Like the concept of like black, white,
more
Asian, like that's
non-Europeans
ours. That's
constantly
ours.
talking about racism, right? Black people aren't European. They talk about
Al-
racism. Asian
Alan
people
Smithy,
aren't
what?
European. They talk about racism.
Well, they're
Alan Smithy, why?
but they
Why you?
were
DA is
anglicized.
talking to Zyrax. Why do you have to pipe in every minute? Can't you just
Tim, is this a joke?
mute your mic for just a second?
Is it a joke? I'm sorry. You've mentioned that a few times now. Is this you being for
I
real?
think you're. See, my belief is that all not all, but most Democrats want to portray themselves as nice to women to get on their nice side, right?
He's just.
So
I'm sorry,
But
Zyrex. You're
I
right.
just
I
want
am being. You're right. You're right. You're
I
right.
want
You're
to
right. I'll
hear
stop now.
Zyrex talk, not because I mean
You're right. I'm
So
silencing
should men
women.
not be
Fuck.
nice to
God.
women?
Oh no, I'm the
Being
patriarchy.
well,
I'm the patriarchy. Oh
right. You are the
God.
patriarch. I just want to hear her talk. I mean, I like her voice, but I want to hear her thoughts.
No,
Sorry,
no,
I want to hear her
Zyrex.
thoughts.
For real though, I do apologize. If you feel that sentiment, then
no,
my bad
no,
on that
no.
one,
I don't
Zyrex.
at all. No, no,
Tim,
I don't
I
at
don't
all.
really care all that much about your opinion on the
she
matter.
doesn't. But I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
That's fair enough.
I do want to hear her opinion because I know Alan's, right? Because this is
Yeah, I'll for real get off and I'll listen.
Don't
I just do want to say this
don't
before
get
we
off,
forget the
Alan, because
point. Like
I
No,
like
the
no, no, no,
whole
no.
like
Like,
I don't see Democrats. Tim, what is up with you,
just
buddy? What's going on? Are
finish your thought.
you what's going on with
Finish your
you?
thought, brother.
Okay, you said like Democrats like, oh, I see so many free Palestine protests. One's well, where you guys want change with free college. Oh, when did you try that? I just looked it up. I was doing it. I was scouring the database. The majority, I will admit, the majority of these never reached the House floor, so there wasn't like an official vote on them, but they were presented and shot down. And this you look this up. I just looked up over the last 10 years. There was the College for All Act, introduced in the year of 2017. There was no floor vote. You know who proposed it? Democrats. You know who shot it down? Republicans. There was the AIM-IR Act in 2018. You know who proposed it? Democrats. You know who shot it down? Mostly
blah
Republicans.
blah
That Free
blah.
College Act. You know who proposed it? Democrats. You know who shot it down? Republicans. I'm saying there's like 40 of these. I'm saying that we do try. We do try legislative shot down by the other people that tend to be in power, which is Republicans right now. So we tried. It's not working because we're a democracy. So sometimes
Okay,
people disagree with us and
I
don't want to vote.
apologize,
But I'm saying that you're
Mr.
asking why,
Smithy.
free college, whatever.
Let's hear
Republicans vote against these things, is my point. There's no
uh
Republican out
let's
there
let's hear
worried
from
about it.
Zyrex.
I'll stop now.
Smithy.
Zyrex, please continue.
Okay.
why do we have to prove
You're
ourselves?
a
Why do we have
fucking
to prove
peach,
that we
you know that?
stand? Why do like the Democrats have to prove themselves that they like? Why do you feel like they have to like show some kind of proof that they stand on something? Like what do you guys stand for then?
America.
What does that mean?
Just what you
Just say,
see,
"Oh, I
right?
love America." That means you
No,
love
no.
America.
Prosperity of America, right? The history of America, right? The ideals and the ideals of America, right?
What are the ideals of America then?
Okay, the ideals of America, right? Things that will better American lives,
Such as?
superiority. Well, things that better American lives, right? The pushing for the middle class, the working people, um, lower taxes, less government, right? Less government. Republicans usually push for less government control, while Democrats usually push for more government control. Okay,
Like what?
I know, like
the Democrats push for higher taxes.
Like what?
What do you mean income taxes? Washington just pushed the first time ever, right? Income tax.
What does that mean?
Income
They
tax.
just pushed for the first time ever income tax? What does that mean?
Yeah, they pushed income tax on the people. First time ever. Now they establish more taxes on the people.
DC? You said Washington, the country? The state, I mean?
I think Washington State.
Washington State just introduced the income tax for the first.
No, they interest a millionaire's income tax.
Well, I mean, still, taxing people is never. I believe,
Mr. Smith,
it wouldn't affect people like us, and there's more of us than more of them, right?
Well, you also think, right? Republicans, right? They said that let's what is it?
Republicans are mainly the people that are on the upper echelon, not so much as the working class and the lower.
No,
yes.
I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
So Zyrex, people, when I keep on emphasizing this, but no one. Okay, when Ronald Reagan won his second term, this was back in the 80s, Democrats switched from blue collar workers to Wall Street. So Democrats don't care about blue collar workers anymore.
But that was the 80s. That was like you said, the 80s though. Excuse me.
Right.
Yeah, 80s. As in now, like you can't say the same thing for now. You're saying the Republicans are still for the blue collars?
Well,
They're not, right?
Republicans. Well, when Ronald Reagan won his second term, Republicans were known as the business party, and Democrats were known as the blue collar party. Once Reagan won his second term, Democrats couldn't figure out why he won his second term, but he appealed to blue collar workers, and so Democrats at that point they started courting Wall Street, and it slowly changed now. So the Republicans are for blue collar workers, and Democrats are Wall Street.
No, maybe back then, but then I'm talking about now. They're not.
Right? No.
What about Nancy
Yeah, they're not.
Pelosi and all of them?
Yeah, that's like most. That's like all of our politicians, though. I don't. That's
Yeah,
not a particularly
yeah.
interesting.
Well, here's
Democratic.
the thing, though. Is
Also, wait, DA, can I say the whole Washington income tax
agree,
thing?
hold on.
Did you? I left. Did you look that up?
Yeah, I did.
Did you read it? Because I think you got lied to. I think you believed it. I think there's a problem with that.
Yeah, they passed the millionaires tax.
The millionaires tax. Are you upset at people making more than $1 million having an income tax compared to no one else having an income tax? Does that upset you?
But they didn't put.
I'm just asking. Does that really strike you as hidden against
let him
middle class
answer the
Americans?
Again, they didn't put stipulations that they can't decrease. They can't change that to lower to other people. It's an open-ended tax.
Yeah, our constitution is also open-ended, in which, like, technically, legally, we can pass a thing saying that chattel slavery is actually legal again if we felt like it. Like, that's how our government works. They didn't.
No.
They didn't do that yet, which makes me feel like maybe they won't do it at all.
Yeah.
Because why would they?
Yeah, but there's people who said that they hadn't passed the right for women to vote, so maybe they won't do it at all. So that reasoning's flawed.
No, but I mean, like, DA, you're upset that they're taxing millionaires because they might tax other people one day, maybe, even though they haven't introduced it. That's fucking stupid. Come on now. That's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupidity. That's rough. That's rough to hear.
Here's the thing. So like New York and all these states want to tax millionaires. Okay. There's billionaires and then there's millionaires. Like, I have friends of mine who are millionaires who made their money in my lifetime, and they're not these evil corporate overlords. They're just people who worked really, really hard to make millions of dollars, right? And I don't feel like they should be penalized for doing the right thing and being successful, right? Like a friend
They're not penalized. They're just paying their share.
No.
Yeah, but they're being penalized.
Hold on. I'm not even done. I'm not even done talking yet. Okay.
I forgot that you'd like that.
You're saying I'm like that, Alan. You've been talking 90% of the time. Okay. You have this way of making everyone.
No, that's not what I meant by that. That's not what I meant by that.
Towards you, but hold on. To the prompt: do Democrats or liberals actually hate America? Liberals don't, but Democrats do. Because I call myself a classical liberal, like a 60s, 70s liberal. But the problem is that Democrats or the vocal party or the far left party have gone so far to the left that anyone who's classically liberal or actually liberal, they consider us conservatives. Well, I'm an independent, but people who are now the voice of the Democratic Party, they literally hate America. If they see an American flag, they're like, oh, well, he must be far right because you have an American flag. The idea of nationalism, they consider it to be a right-wing concept. They literally do not like.
It literally is. It is, though.
Hold on, wait.
Nationalism is different than patriotism.
No.
Nationalism, the concept of loving your country over everything else and thinking that it should impose its like shit on other people. Yeah, I think that's a right-wing ideal. That's not a great thing.
Saying that you love your country. Okay?
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with being nationalist.
That's not nationalism. I'll look up the definition for you. We'll do it
Think
together
about it.
because I don't have a.
So here's the thing. A friend of mine is Eritrean, right? And Eritrea has had a basic brutal dictator and a civil war for like 25 years, whatever. He may not like what's going on in his country. He doesn't like his government, but he loves his country. He waves his flag. People, even on the left, think that just because they don't like Trump, they have to hate America. I've heard people literally, my friends who are still in Seattle, left, hate America. America needs to die. America needs to this. I've been to protests where they're burning the American flag. I've never been,
which is a God-given protected right by the Constitution.
A conservative do that, though, right?
Because the conservatives have been lied to into thinking that we're the best country in the world. Also, nationalism, the definition is not good.
Stop. We are the best country in the world. I'm a black man living in America. Okay, I'm black. I'm a minority, right?
Good for you.
American. I live better than 99% of blacks that have ever lived on planet Earth. My family is the American dream. Because I live in America, there's no place on earth, especially black Americans, that I can go, right? I can't go to Africa because I don't have roots there. I can't go anywhere else. The United States does the most to bridge the gap between minorities and the majority. You think China does? Japan does? Saudi Arabia does? Finland, where Finns are 98.9% of the population, we are the most diverse, and the best place for anyone to be gay, trans, black, Hispanic is here right now. There's no ethnic cleansings like the Kurds, the Uyghurs going. This is the best place on earth. And what I'm saying is this. I look at practically what in my life as a college-educated black man, me having to get up tomorrow morning and go to work. How does this not make me think that this is the best that you ever? People say that there's stuff out there that they think has happened to them. Oh, well, someone said that something had happened to them. So this kind of country sucks. What in your life, Alan, that you have to involves you getting up and doing what you have to do tomorrow makes you think that this is not the greatest place on earth? What? Give me
I'll tell you. I'll give you a solid example. I'll give you a good example. So I am going into the education. I'm going to be a history teacher, high school history teacher. And they just slashed the absolute fuck out of our Department of Education budget for little to no reason. And then they are also trying to pass legislation that allows states to decide. Well, the states already decide our history curriculums. But the Republicans are really pushing for this like hyper patriotic understanding of American history, which I think is flawed at best.
Why? Japan does that. China does it. Poland does it. Brazil does it. Why do we have to be
glitching out,
different?
boys?
Why do we have to be different than anyone else?
Hey Jay.
Wait, are you back? I couldn't hear any of that. My internet died.
Japan, China, Brazil.
Yeah, Japan is worse than us. I agree. That doesn't mean that we can't get better. I'm saying that right now, yes, it upsets me a little bit.
What I'm saying is this: I think privilege is invisible to those who have it. And let's per the leftist agenda, right? I'm going to grant you everything. Alan, you are a white guy living in America. You should not be complaining more than me as a black guy. And every time that I'm on the phone with you here, all you do is whine and moan and complain and talk about America. You are a white guy living in America. You are one of the most, according to the leftist logic, one of the most privileged people that have ever lived. When you take a dump, a gold bar comes out, according to the left. And yet you act like you're being...
The Republicans on the right should not...
You act like you're
By your logic,
oppressed. Why? Why? Huh?
you said by your logic, then the right should not complain.
No, the right is complaining.
The rich should not be complaining about.
Yeah, you're
No,
worried.
no, but hold
You
on,
guys
hold on,
are
hold on.
worried about minorities coming in. Like,
There's rich.
also
No, there's rich on both sides though. Here's the thing. I'm not.
Of course there is.
I'm an independent. So my point is you.
So you're a coward.
You had Knucklehead Harris. No, your mother's a whore. How about that?
Hey, Jane, my
I meant that with all admiration,
Alan,
by the way.
Alan,
Jane,
you are.
I meant that with no. I'm just really. It's really easy to rage bait you, and I think it's funny because your channel is mostly just rage baiting other people. You banned me from your channel, by the way. I don't even know if you remember doing that.
You know what? One of my mods did, and I was gonna unban you, and now I'm glad I didn't.
I didn't mean coward in an insulting way. I meant it in a like friendly. We're men. We're allowed to talk. We're allowed to shoot some shit.
If you hate America, leave.
I don't hate America. I love America. I love my version of America. You love yours.
Tim, he's in good faith. And
I'm here in good faith.
You just
know
want to
that.
have friends because you're one of these people. I do a lot of live streams. You come on DA's panel because you're too chicken shit to actually build your own platform. So you go on to other people to try to make theirs. That's
a bit.
You're a coward.
Jay,
you're a
don't
moron.
do that.
You use too many words.
I told you it's really easy to get. It's really easy to get a rise out of this patriot. Oh,
Jay,
AJ, come on now, buddy. You're a grown man. You're a grown man. You get real emotional here.
Yeah.
This is very womanlike, in my opinion.
I don't claim not to be.
You are rage baiting. Stop.
No, here's the thing. I can't.
It's easy. I come in good faith. This guy said that all trans.
Okay, stop it. Come on.
EJ, can I ask you?
You are trying to
ask you a question.
See. Here's the thing, guys. I'm not above crashing out. That's the thing. I'm some stoic man. No. If he wants to smoke, I'll give it to him. I'm not this person who's like, oh well, you can't rage bait me. Oh no. Because look, DA has this panel in good faith, and there's a playbook that Alan does. He gets up here, and DA, he's a good guy. He lets up here. He says silly stuff, and then he likes the fact that everyone comes at him all the time. He's like, I'm a liberal, and all these conservatives are coming at me, bro, and I'm really holding the line. I'm digging my heels in, bro. This is him actually he's thinking that he's fighting for some justice. He's thinking that somehow he's changing the world right now when he looks like an absolute clown.
It's all good, man. I mean, and this is it's the point where, you know what? It's more about the viewers, right? We can talk how we want to talk. We let people decide how they see things, right? If they see it, how they see it, it's all good. I think it's whether we agree or disagree with each other, that's not the point, right? I don't want us to just, we should be able to talk to each other, right?
This is this new Tylenol TikTok brain style of debate where Alan probably spends a lot of time on TikTok and this is how they debate, except he doesn't have a mute button to mute people who disagree with him, right? He's not actually he admitted that he's trying to rage bait people, right? So why would you even be here if you're trying to rage bait? DA, he doesn't try to rage bait.
No,
Jim's not trying to rage bait. Zyrax either.
I like Alan Smithy. I like his views. I like to debate him. I don't agree with anything, but
Alan, you could talk, but I mean, please don't. Don't push buttons, please.
But Mr.
I won't interrupt anymore. I do want to respond to that, though.
Yes, he will. Yeah, he will.
Yes,
Tim. Help himself.
Thank you, JJ. I very much value your opinion.
He was taking when he was a little kid.
Oh, he's okay. Alan Smithy is fine. He's a good person.
Thanks, Tim.
As is Jay. I like discussing ideas, but I want to tell Jay that my Andre, my black lover, is coming over later tonight after I get off this.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay. Rock and roll, man.
All right.
Yeah.
So AJ,
he plays for he plays clarinet in the Minnesota Orchestra.
Oh, really? Cool, man. Yeah, yeah. I
But
just think that,
he plays around though, so
that both sides, Kamala Harris had billionaires on stage with her.
Agreed.
Donald Trump had billionaires on stage with him. There's too
Agreed.
much money in politics, and right now we are so divided, and that people act like somehow, oh well, there was Republicans in the Smepstein files, there was Democrats in the Smepstein files. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like
Yeah, but it's not to the same degree. You know that that's somewhat dishonest. I agree with you to an extent, but I mean, it's like saying I voted for there's the I'm gonna kill your dog party and the I'm gonna kill someone else's dog party, right? It's like it
No,
doesn't.
we're all
Yes,
people.
both of them are bad. I
Alan's
understand
tripping.
that.
You're being mean, and Jay is being mean. We all want.
I don't want to be mean anymore. I don't want to. I just wanted to see. I will. Let me respond to Mr. AJ real quick.
Just like talking.
AJ, I understand your dislike for me. I don't blame you for disliking
I don't dislike you. That's the crazy
me.
part.
You called me too.
No, here's the thing. I actually enjoy talking to you, but you step across the line. You don't realize that you do it, but you do this passive aggressive thing, and we'll be having a good time, and then you just tap dance on people on my nerves, and then I just have to respond. You are a good person. Look.
Okay, fair. Let me respond to some of the claims you made. Then I'll respond to the argument, not the person.
A high school history teacher. That was a job that I wanted. I even minored in history. The teachers don't make money, so I do now. So it's an honorable thing that you want to be a history teacher.
Well,
you are not a bad person. I don't dislike you. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that if you rage bait me, that's why I don't do debates and all this other stuff. It's just, guys, I can be rage bait. I'll cuss you out. That's just the thing. Hey, when is that a bad thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want me to cuss you out, I'll cuss you out.
That's not what I was. No, that's not where I was getting at. With it. I mostly meant when I said that you were a coward. I didn't mean that even as an insulting way. I meant it in the literal definition of it. The concept of an independence in America that gets
how can you call someone?
I'll get there. I'll get there. I'll get to my point.
Way?
I'll get to my point.
Right, but.
Okay, let me say cowardly then. Cowardly. Cowardly.
One man calling another man a coward, it is a fighting word.
Yes.
Okay, sure, fighting word. Yeah, well, I just wanted to see what the reaction was because you didn't respond to that. You said that I'm not even worried about it. You said I was too chicken shit to start my own platform.
After you
it's like, yeah, so there's...
You don't.
Yeah, but I called you a coward. Okay, sure. Yeah, that's like what.
That's what set me off. You don't call me a coward because I said that I'm an independent.
Okay, then I'll say this. I think that claiming to be an independent, but very, very obviously holding views that only one side really gives a shit about, and then going on panels like this, and then I watch your show. I've been on your show before. The shit that you talk about don't sound too independent. I think that you're a little cowardly for saying, "Oh, I'm an independent. I look at both sides," and then just like dick riding one side. I think that makes you a little. I think you should just commit. Just commit is my point.
I grew up really, 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 really far left, and I still am socially very, very liberal. I don't really care what people do. I'm fiscally conservative, and I believe in strong border policy and strong law enforcement. Yes, but other than that, I don't care. I make on my channel. I make fun of blacks, Hispanics.
I've never once seen you do anything even vaguely liberal in my.
Don't use the word.
Yeah, but making fun. I make fun of everybody doesn't mean much. Well, I guess my perception of you has been a little shifted since our last conversation, which bothered me immensely.
I do want to know what you mean by like old school liberal. What would that consist of?
Yeah, me too. Because you were really, really, really against the trans community last time. Like
what's an old school liberal?
No.
I didn't understand that at all.
Do you know what my issue with the trans community is?
Yeah, your issue is that they're like going into women's spaces.
No. The issue with the trans community is that mostly trans women who are white males have co-opted the whole social justice movement. Blacks, our voice. Asians, Hispanics, we don't have a voice because white chicks and trans women basically run the whole social justice conversation. They are the penultimate victims now. That's why you see
It's an
white
opinion that
women,
I really
even,
enjoy.
even trans
AJ, that rules.
people, they don't like intersectionality because once you add race as a variable, you don't see black men or black people. That makes you guys the enemy. Black men, we don't. White women out earn us. They have more privileges than us, but the way that they speak, our rights are getting stripped away. We're being absolutely destroyed. What do you think when these, France and England, they were going around colonizing the world and doing all this stuff? Who are these men bringing the spoils home to? Their white wives. When the slave master was outside beating on his slaves, his white wife was in the house eating bonbons and ordering the slaves around. I refuse to believe in any way, shape, or form that any white person in America is more oppressed than a black person, a Hispanic person, or an Asian person just because they're trans or they're gay. I refuse to believe it.
That's okay. See, now that's a nuanced opinion that I can work with. I think that's actually a really interesting one that I wouldn't even necessarily disagree with you on. I don't know. I was just a little put off by the whole they're mentally unwell, deranged, and you were like, well, if someone wants to cut off their arm, would you let them? It's like I've heard that point a million times by like actual bigoted twats. So I just kind of assumed you were in the same.
What does Zyrex think? Is Zyrex?
It's more of a conversation between AJ and.
I want to hear Zyrex.
And I do. Is Zyrex there?
No, she went outside for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, AJ, I will say this. I think that at the end of the day, I think that it's all kind of interconnected. And right now, because of the culture, let me say this. Tell me if you disagree. The concept of MAGA has divided this country more than it's done good for it. The concept of I am this, I am a MAGA person. I think that whole idea was doomed to fail from the beginning. And I think that it's turned a lot of actual bigoted people, I think it's given them legitimacy. AJ. I think that, because that's a really nuanced opinion that I've never heard from anybody else. And I like that opinion.
It has emboldened certain groups in the same way that the Tea Party did.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying, like, I think that it's been made drastically worse because now all immigrants are lumped in with illegal immigrants because media literacy is dead. Well, let me put it like this. I'm really put off by Trump's Somali comments, not because I like Somali, because I don't even know a Somalian person. I don't need to. It works. So I'm saying, I guess, like, if Trump went on and accidentally, very, very, very large air quotes, said accidentally, he went up on the stage and said, these blacks, they're going, I'll do it, Trump, they're going to prison. The blacks, they love going to prison. They just can't get enough of it. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant blacks who commit crimes. Like, I'd be upset by that. Like, and I really didn't like the fact that he was like, Somalis, we're the pirate culture. They have a pirate culture. It's like, and then he goes back and he's like, actually, I meant illegal Somalis. And then I went on Twitter and I just saw every fucking post. I Googled Somali Twitter just for like buzzwords. And every single post was talking specifically.
Alan Smith.
No, let me get to my point. I'm saying that every single post, not a single one of them said anything about illegal Somalis and all of them. We need to kick them out. They're here for pirating. They're here for fraud. It was just them. So I'm saying that when he conflates illegals and just normal immigrants, the culture will, and that bothers me.
Alan Smith, do you think black Americans in the United States, in Minneapolis, like Somalis?
I don't know, and I don't care because I don't live there and I don't know them.
They don't, buddy. They don't.
Who's they? Black people?
Yes.
Black Americans.
But when you say black people, you're talking about like African, like sorry to be crass, but like descendants of descendants of slaves, Black Americans or immigrants. Okay, I get what you're saying.
We have issues
for generations.
They're probably not. I guess I wouldn't be the biggest fan either. I get what you're saying, but
there's one thing that I can say that I admire about the Somalis. I'll tell you this. There's 114,000 Somalis in Minnesota, and they're so consolidated as a voting bloc that they basically help run the Minnesota politics.
Minneapolis. They run Minneapolis.
No, in the whole
Yes, but
state.
legally,
No,
they do it with the
not
power
legally.
of their vote.
What I'm saying though is like because oftentimes these local elections are decided by 500, 1100, 1300 votes. So they go to their cultural centers and say, hey, look, who's going to do us the best? And then they can be the difference. And if you get elected, so they are a very powerful voting bloc. If other groups could emulate that model, imagine what could be done. You know what I mean? Like out of 5.4 million people in Minnesota, 114,000 of them are Somali.
Right. Well, Jay, what happens in Minnesota is Minneapolis is Democrat and Duluth is Democrat.
Yeah.
All the rest of it is red.
Yeah, Washington
It's like Michigan. It's similar to Michigan.
Yeah, Washington State. You have Seattle,
so
Olympia, Tacoma.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys about that. I've been meaning to ask because I saw a really interesting. I saw a map.
Jay, or Smith. I want to ask Jay a question. So
Okay.
what we need to do is Black Americans.
It is really late. Holy shit.
Black Americans and conservatives. Black Americans are becoming more conservative because they see their opportunities.
Tim, really fast. Most Black Americans tend to be very conservative.
Yes.
You just vote Democrat. Like,
right.
Look.
Yeah.
I'm not religious.
Right.
I'm actually fair. Yeah, but basically I'm not. But the rest of my friends who are Black, they're Bible thumping, homophobic. They're anti-trans. Yeah. I'm not any of that.
Right.
But they vote Democrat.
Right. That's
it's
crazy.
Very strange.
It's crazy. I don't understand it.
So
are you saying? Wait, are you saying that Republicans are inherently more anti-gay, anti-trans, and like hyper-religious?
Yeah,
I would say that.
And you're a fan of those qualities?
Oftentimes don't agree with this stuff. But here's the thing, guys. I'm just for more personal. Here's the thing. I don't want to force acceptance. Like if someone disagrees with who you are, who cares? Here's the thing. I grew up
but it's not disagreement anymore. It's leading to policy against. That's my problem.
I grew up in the Northwest where I would rather deal with good old Southern in your face, I don't like you racism than when I was in Seattle and here I am, the only Black kid in my AP history class. And my teacher goes, well, AJ, we're going on a field trip. So if your family can't afford it, we'll do a payment plan. I said, if she was Miss Liberal hippie chick, I said, my dad's a doctor. He pays more in taxes than you make in a year. But she took one look at me and thought that I was poor because I was Black. What I'm saying is, to me, the left is racist and the right is racist. I just need to work my way around. You're never going to change it. You're just not. You're not. You can deal with it. Things might get slowly better, but you are a minority. If you are LGBTQ, if you are Black, white, Black, Hispanic, you are a minority. Therefore, you have to say you are not the norm and just plan. I don't have this cosmic sense of fairness. Once I shut off this victim,
where'd she go?
AJ, can I put it like this? I'll say this really quickly. My point, I think, that I see as a young person growing up in this country, is that I think that we were given the tools by our founding fathers. I think that we were given the tools to constantly strive for a more fair system. And I think that if you look over time, we have gotten considerably more fair over time, right? Sometimes we have to fight about it. Sometimes it happens through legislation. But most outcomes lead to more equality and more personal rights. And I'm saying that I don't think that it should just stop here. Like, yes, you're right. I do think that the whole non-binary, like, complaining that they've been oppressed to the same extent as other groups is ludicrous, of course. I think that someone, like, getting genuinely upset for being misgendered is a little odd. I agree with you on these things. Like, obviously, yes, it is absurd. I'm just saying that I don't think I just don't think that we should just stop it all of a sudden because, well, fairness is never really going to happen. So why even try? Like, I
No, no,
think
no,
that
no,
we
no,
still
no.
have a duty.
Alan Smithy,
Listen,
I would rather
if
be on the side that's going a little too
someone
hard in the
has a
paint on the
beard
equality.
and you misgender him, are you wrong?
Technically, yes, because it's like their opinion.
but here's the thing, guys.
And they
Look,
work
And it
in
makes them feel not. Well, I guess my point is like it's like
and they
it
work
just
in
it just comes
they
down to I
work
feel like to a
in an
little
auto shop.
what?
Tim what?
This guy, he had a beard, and he worked in an auto shop at like Kelly Parts auto shop.
Okay.
And I went in there to get a oil filter, and the guy had a
Okay.
beard, but he was wearing a dress. He looked like a man. He was more masculine than I was. And I said, "Man, I'm always polite." And I say, "Sir" and "Ma'am," and I said, "Sir"
Mm-hmm.
to him. And then his buddy that was in the shop said, he's a woman. He thinks he's a woman.
Well,
And
that's
then
different.
when I
Okay,
paid for
so
it,
but my
I
my
said,
question to you
I
then
said
in
"Sir"
that
again, and the guy gave me the evil eye.
Well, guys, it's all about intent, right? Here's
and
the
I
issue.
understand, but I'm
Here's the
saying
issue.
that you right now just brought it up again out of nowhere.
But guys, this is the last thing. Hold on. I'm gonna say, okay, it's all about intent, right? If you say "sir" or "ma'am" and it's on accident, and the person says, "Well, maybe he just didn't know," that person shouldn't take offense. But if you say it again, you're obviously intending to do so on purpose. Nowadays, people assume they assume malice and intent with everything. Do you know how many dumb questions my coworkers from China, from everywhere, asked me as a black person? They asked me stuff like, "Alan, hey, so you do you they'll be like, "Hey, Alan, you're a white guy, so do you like mayonnaise on everything?" And it's like, Alan, they aren't trying to be
I
rude.
know that, but there is a
nowadays someone might be like, "Well, what are you trying to be racist by saying that I'm white and I like mayonnaise?" It's like, bro, I don't assume malice all the time. I assume people are in good faith, and we live in a society now where everyone assumes everyone from comedians to media to everyday.
Ooh, now this is a nuanced take. I like that take. I kind of agree with you.
In bad faith. What
I
I'm
agree
saying
with you
is
on that.
my mom, who grew up in the Jim Crow South, is not as stressed out and pissed off about the current state of America as you people are. So if my mom's not pissed off and she grew up with real systematic racism on the books where she had to drink out of colored water fountains, Alan Smithy, I think it'll just be fine.
I'm sure, and then maybe I will be. I'm still allowed to have my opinion. I understand what you're saying. I just don't. That doesn't actually refute what I'm saying.
No need for rebuttal. I'm going to wind down. I want to give Red Door some time to shine.
This is lovely.
So,
yeah, what happened to what was her name?
Announcement.
She had to do something else.
All right, fair enough. Yes, Tim.
Okay, I'm gonna have a shindig at my place in Eagan, Minnesota, and I'm gonna fly DA. I'm gonna give him $2,000 to fly out here.
Nice. And, what's your username, Tim? Have I talked to you before?
Jackass or whiskey? Jackass or whiskey? But I'm gonna have it's gonna be in July, so I'm gonna give. I have 3 YouTube friends. DA, I'm gonna send them $2,000, and then these 2 other guys from Alabama, who are they're black, they're black men, but they don't like football.
Tim, let's keep that.
Okay. So I'm gonna have a shindig. I want DA to publish this. This can be a shindig. I want Zyrax to be there. But
what is up with your thing with Zyrax? I'm sorry. I do appreciate the shindig invite. What is up with the Zyrax thing? I'm really confused by that. It's teetering on.
Let's cut that out. Let's cut that.
Okay. So DA,
for me,
publish this shindig I'm gonna have.
Yeah, I mean, I have a community tab. We can put it on a community tab. Okay. All right. Let's. I want to give my sister Red Door. I haven't seen her in a while. I want to give her
Red Door.
Some time. What's up, my sister? Red door.
Oh shit.
How is everyone this evening?
Hi there.
What's your thoughts for tonight?
Well, first of all, I want to talk about the left talking about minorities, because you've had two minorities up here. One is AJ and the other one is myself. But I grew up with racism. I am from the poorest reservation in the United States. And when I was a child and we would go into town, the townspeople would call us Prairie N word. That's what we were nicknamed.
Mhm.
So, but as I got older, things started to change, and once I left the reservation and got out into the Western world and went to school and college and everything, I haven't experienced any racism. The only place that I have experienced racism in the latter years is in Canada, because a lot of Canadians don't like First Nations or Indigenous people. Every time I cross the border, or try to cross the border, because sometimes I would leave, I live close to the Canadian border, so I would cross to go into Canada for powwows. I've been dog searched 3 times by Canadian Border Patrol. But as far as diversity, I mean, I just don't see it. I lived in Europe for 10 years. I've traveled everywhere. I've been to Africa. I've been all over Europe. I've traveled everywhere. And I just don't think that people appreciate, especially when, people like myself that grew up with very little and eating government commodity foods and that type of thing. I don't think people realize that this is the most privileged country in the world. And, us Native Americans, we are very patriotic and fast. In fact, we have the highest service rate of any minority group in the United States.
Yep.
If you come to our powwows, you will see us in grand entry, flying the American flag, flying the POW flag, plus all the tribal flags. This is, we call this land Turtle Island, and since this is our homeland, this is where our ancestors lived, and and the other thing is, these people that are screaming about these illegal immigrants. So you need to understand something. We now have a problem out west with the cartels. They are hiding out on native reservations because they think they'll blend in with the rest of us.
Jesus Christ.
And they're trafficking women, they're trafficking drugs, and it is really getting out of hand. And we don't have the resources, tribal police or the state backing us. All the reservations are set up differently as far as who has jurisdiction over what. But it is really getting out of hand. And, I belong to the committee for missing and murdered indigenous women and children. And it's, now the numbers are going up, and they just, we have young women just disappearing.
Red Door
So
Woman, are you single?
No,
no, no, I'm
I'm
married.
well.
Sound
Why?
disappointed
Is
there,
that a
Tim.
joke? Sorry. I
No,
can't. I can.
I'd marry you because you're a great woman.
So,
Red Door Woman is a great woman, for the record. I do
her
agree with
husband
him
is
on that.
already lucky. Her husband's lucky already. So
Yeah, he's very, very lucky.
I'm very traditional, native traditional is what we call it. So, I practice all the traditional teachings and religion
Yeah,
and
yeah. Native
all of
Americans.
that.
They always bless. They always have they bless our like helicopters,
Mm,
our attack helicopters. Like if if we name an attack helicopter like Apache, the Apache
mm.
tribe comes and does a powwow and blesses it. It's a great thing. I wish I could have gone to one of them.
So, well, when I lived in Europe for 10 years, I worked for the Department of Defense, and I managed the communications for 5 military posts on the East-West German border during the Cold War. So I sat there for 10 years and looked at that 1K zone, looked at that border, wondering if we were going to have a conflict. So I was there when the wall came down.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah,
Oh,
but
I
I
was
just,
there too.
and this is
My
the
dad was
thing,
actually in Berlin when it came down.
and this is the issue that I have about the left is all of a lot of the stuff they do is performative. It's not ground roots. It's
I agree.
performative.
I would agree with that.
When we had the Dakota pipeline access at Standing Rock Reservation, when that was that protest was horrible. We had buses coming in with all these liberal white kids and people from New York City. They don't know anything about the native culture. They we had they left so much garbage behind. I don't know, it was like I forget how many tons, but we had to it took a couple of months just to clean up the site that they were staying at and the garbage. But there they are protesting. And you know what? When it's over with, they go home. We never hear from them again. It's just, I feel like it's all staged. If you really care about a cause, and if you really care about people, you get down in the grassroots and you do things for, you
Red,
know.
Red Door, do you live in North Dakota?
My reservation's in South Dakota,
Okay.
but I don't live there anymore. I now live in the northern woods on 200 acres.
In
So,
what state?
in the state of Maine.
Oh man, okay. 'Cause
Hell yeah.
my dad used to know a bunch of. He used to work in Minnesota and in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota. He knew a lot of Native Americans.
Hmm. And I mean,
Can I
it's just like.
ask a question, Ms. Red Door Woman? Or
Mhm.
Mrs., as a matter of fact. And yes, I very much agree with you for the record on the performative thing. That sucks. That's horrible. I'm sorry that that happened. Any of that, really. That real blows. But I do have to ask, just your general opinion. Are you upset? There's really no eloquent way of putting it. What's your thoughts on like the current administration's sort of like apathy towards? Oh no, she's still here. When Pete Hegseth came out and was like the Wounded Knee massacre was actually a battle actually, and they should be exonerated. Like, was that? How did you feel about things of that nature? Like their social studies curriculum push that they were going for elementary schools completely removed any. The only passing reference to any Native Americans was Thanksgiving in it. Like, does that upset you in any way, shape, or form?
Well, I think what upsets me is the fact that Native American history isn't taught, and even the
Agreed.
Thanksgiving story isn't true.
I
I mean,
know. That's what I mean.
and
It seems like
you,
that's all they want it to be though, because it's convenient for their history, and it bothers me.
but I grew up learning American history,
Yeah.
which I absolutely loved. I mean, I
Yeah.
loved learning everything about American history. And I also was taught all the history of my people, from my elders and um, tribal teachers. But I think, I mean, I don't get all worked up about it. It is what it is, and the education system really sucks today. It
Yeah.
sucks.
No,
You
I'm going
know,
into it, and I want to make like a real point because I don't know. I find it genuinely, if there's one thing, well, that's kind of beside the point. I don't know. It bothers me this like general. AJ's not here anymore, but I mean, this was kind of what I was getting at in general. It's just like this apathy towards the minority. It's not necessarily that they hate them or that there's like outspoken racism. I'm not saying that the left is particularly good at managing that because yes, a lot of it is performative. A lot of them don't actually care what they're talking about. It's just like this apathy towards the history of the minority in America. Like they really, really, really want it to be this perfect, clear-cut story of the founding fathers were heroes and they knew all and they were great and they were great and they didn't do anything wrong because it makes us look cool and good. And it's like we didn't. We did some fucked up shit. We did bad things pretty consistently.
But
And I only see really one side of the political aisle willing to admit that and take responsibility for it. Whether or not you think it's performative, it just, I don't know. The Wounded Knee thing really bothered me. I hate Pete Hegseth for that. I genuinely despise Pete Hegseth for having the gall to be like, actually, it's a little mischaracterized, guys. Like, I really wasn't that bad. Like, Google it. It's Googleable. They're anticipating that people either A, didn't know about it before, or B, their only knowledge about it is from school, right?
hold on. Are you talking about the Wounded Knee battle or the Wounded Knee the Wounded Knee occupation in the
The
70s
massacre. The massacre.
we
in the
call it, we
ATR?
don't call it the Battle of Wounded Knee.
We
We
don't,
call,
because it
we
wasn't.
call it, well,
Well,
You have to realize this was my people. My people.
Was
I'm
it actually?
Dakota
Oh my
Yankton
goodness.
I Sioux, and I
Yeah.
speak Dakota. So
Oh,
these
that's
were
actually
my
that's awesome.
people. We
Yeah.
call it the Battle of Greasy Grass. And
Right.
ultimately, what it was ultimately the first gun confiscation that ever took place in the United States because the government didn't want the natives having guns, which we had collected,
right.
and there were conflicts and problems going on. We had the issue with the Black Hills and our treaty not being honored. So they came to get the guns. And what happened was the people handed the guns over. They handed them over. And then what happened was some soldier or somebody on the cavalry side ended up shooting. And once that shot went off, it was just, they thought it was one of the natives. So they just mowed everybody down. So it was 400 people that were killed. And they were mostly women and children and elders because the men were out scouting and they dug a big ditch and rolled them all in it. So that was the Battle of Greasy Grass. And we call it Greasy Grass because of, you
Hey,
know.
Yeah, fair enough. Thank you.
Red Door
Go ahead.
Woman. I have a question for you. Do you remember when AIM, American Indian Movement, occupied?
Actually, I took part in that.
Okay. Well, this is where my connection with you was gonna be because my dad was an FBI agent at that time, and I I don't know the whole story, but I think two FBI agents went into the compound, and then they were shot in their car by a faction of Native Americans that weren't that disagreed with the tribe. So there was like a standoff at Wounded Knee. The two FBI agents were killed, and my dad knew one of them pretty, personally. So in that summer of whenever that took place, that standoff, my I didn't see my dad for about like 8 months because he was down there in Wounded Knee. So that's just my connection with you.
That's
Yeah, well, Leonard Peltier's
Right.
been in prison
Yeah.
ever since.
Leonard Peltier. Yeah.
And um really I don't believe he had any involvement at all.
Right.
So AIM actually was started in Minneapolis, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and
I grew up in Fargo, North Dakota. That my dad
mhm
was that guy. He was FBI. He was an FBI in Fargo. There were two agents,
mhm
two agents, and then when that happened, he went down there because it was Indian reservations were federal. The police couldn't go in there, so they bought a bunch of FBI agents for all of the country, and I didn't see my dad for that entire. It was like a long time, and then I was riding my bike. I was like in third grade. I was riding my bike home, and there was a guy in my yard. I say, who the heck is that guy? And I rode my bike home, and he picked me up. And I said, who the hell is this guy picking me up? And because he had a beard and everything, I didn't recognize him. So there was bad blood on both sides. But my dad, he knew a lot of Native Americans. It was like a tribe that in that standoff, it was The elders, there was a division in the elder. I don't know the politics of the elder, the Indian council.
Yeah, we have what's called tribal council.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So I just want to say all of this stuff that's going on with the left is very disturbing.
Yep.
I don't know.
Because
I have to just impress upon you real quick that the person who controls where our guns go, like and like who gets to fire them, like our Secretary of War has called he said that it is in the administration's opinion that all soldiers involved in the quote unquote battle of Wounded Knee deserve medals of honor, and that it's not up to debate, and that anyone who says otherwise is here for historical revisionism and is too woke. Like he said these words. Like that really bothers me. That's like, according to him, that's this administration's like personal opinion on the matter.
Well,
Like I think that's I
no.
don't know. I'm just saying that's room for concern. Like yes, the left is pandery and the left is performative, but I see things like that and I go, you know what? I don't think these guys are very nice. And it's hard for me to get on their side. Like it's hard for me to see myself being like, yeah, I'm down with these guys.
Well, any person who fights for the United States should get the full recognition and medals of
Yeah, but not
whatever.
for that. That was a
No,
thrill. That's
not
one of the most. That's one of the ugliest days in our history, dude.
no.
Like it's a rough
You
time.
it's not. You can't look back in time and say with your morals of it today and say
No. It's not our morals. Even they were accosted for it. Like it was a scandal. Even back then, even in what was it, 18? I'm not even gonna pretend. I don't remember exactly what the date is. Let's find out. 1890. I mean, this is 1890. This is relatively new morals, and even then, they were, they weren't looked at as
right
heroes. I need you to
right after
understand,
right after
Tim. There's no defending it. There's no defending it. They do not deserve medals of honor for killing women and children and saying that they got scared. Like that's
not
not.
they're not getting no one medal of honor. That's
No, they were given medals of honor, and then a lot of people
no
are saying that we
not
should.
medals of honor. Not medals of honor.
Oh, really?
It's
Oh,
only
why
about
not?
medal
I'm
of
allowed to be
honor.
wrong on that.
A medal of
mm,
honor. That's like probably 100 people, 100 Americans.
Yeah, so 20 medals of honor were given to participants, to soldiers of it. You can look
Not
it up.
medal of honor.
Guys,
Professional
all right,
medal of honor.
guys. I think that's it for tonight. I think
No,
that's
I
it.
need to. I'm sorry, dude. I know you gotta go to bed. It is medals of honor. Look it up. And anyway, I'm sorry. I just
okay,
need.
Alan, I
Yes, Red
just
Door
want to
Woman.
say
Yes, and
something.
I'm listening, and I really like talking to you. You're great.
Um, I, what I have a problem with is people
Hmm.
speaking for us. It's like,
Yeah.
for example, if DA had a problem with the Vietnamese community, well, he's Vietnamese. I would not be sticking my nose into that.
That's fair.
It's just like the pipeline issue. In Minneapolis during the George Floyd protest, we had,
Yeah.
I had been to Minneapolis just a few months before that because we had this big Native American youth center that was created many years ago in downtown Minneapolis called Mitzi, and it's Ojibwe,
Mm.
and it was to get American youth off the streets and to educate them, get them into school and job programs, and it was really successful. Well, those damn protesters burned down the building. What
Yeah.
what do my people have to do with George Floyd? You know,
Yeah, I agree with you.
and most of the people running around setting those fires weren't even black. They were white.
I agree.
You know, so
No good.
it's like
It,
maybe just stick to your own business and don't get so involved and you know, I mean, I see these people screaming about these illegal immigrants, and you know what, if they were walking down the street and one ended up dropping in front of them, they probably wouldn't stop and help them. They would just step over them because
Red Door Woman, if you and your husband are ever in the Minneapolis area and you need a place to crash, I live in Egan. You can stop at my place.
yeah, I have a friend that's Sue and she lives in Bemidji,
But mention, yeah,
Minnesota.
you know,
But I'm not gonna. My
are
people
you coming?
were originally from Minnesota, and during the Dakota Wars, the state of Minnesota pushed us out and put us on these boats and sent us to South Dakota. So we
Right.
were originally that was our homeland.
Yeah,
And
there's a pretty big Native American
I
reservation,
do
Red
need to
Wing.
say this. I do
Red
need
Wing.
to go, but it's been lovely. And
Yes,
Red Door
yes.
Woman, it's always lovely talking with you. And Tim, it's nice to meet you. And DA, thank you for having me, et cetera, et cetera. I do learn a lot from these chats, and specifically for Red Door Woman. You have a really good way of explaining things. I like the way that you talk. So thank you for that. And yeah, I guess that's all I got. Have fun. Have a good night, fellas.
Later,
you
Alan.
know,
Good
and
night.
and this is the thing I want to say, Alan, with history. I mean, history all over the world has had good things and bad things. He's gone. But,
Yes, Trinka.
you know, it's just what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to learn from the past.
Right. Hey, Red Door Woman, are you gonna be coming to my shindig in July?
No,
It's in Egan, Minnesota.
no.
Uh,
July's a busy month for me.
What's a non-busy month?
I don't know. I'm busy all the time.
Just think about it. I'd love to meet you and your husband. Bring your husband along.
No, my husband won't travel out of state. We
Minnesota.
have
You live in Minnesota.
we have a lot of property to take care of. So,
okay. Okay. I
all
love you guys. I
right.
love you guys.
Good
You
night.
guys are crazy. All right.
Good night,
Thank you.
all of you. Yeah, this is a
Okay,
great
thanks.
stream.
All right.
I'm
I
sorry.
love
I'm
you.
Thanks.
sorry if I hogged it.
No,
You know.
I love hearing. I love hearing you guys. All right. That is it for tonight. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
goodbye.
you.
Thank you guys. Whew, you guys, I love giving you guys time to talk, right? I love giving you guys a spotlight. So you guys make it a long stream. You guys make it a long stream, but I still love you guys, right? You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for the love, for the support, checking out. I miss you guys. Glad I can see you guys, right? Omni, right? Steve, Eva Eddie, right? Red Door, I love you, my sister, right? Whiskey, Tim, right? I love you. AJ, thank you for coming by. Alan, if you see this, maybe we'll do more streams of just me and you debating, right? If you want, I'm glad. I'm always down to have a battle of ideas. Okay, we don't have to agree. We can always let the audience decide, right? It's not the importance for us to agree with each other. It's just for us to bring ideas across. So I'm always down for more debates. I love it, right? I try not to hate on each other, right? I know Alan and AJ were, getting mad at each other for a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. Right? We got to try to keep ourselves in check, but it happens. Brent, I love you, my brother. I love you. Thank you guys for always being here. You guys, I love you. Right? All the love and support you guys show me, you guys are amazing. Right? TBD, thank you for coming by. Good to hear you. Good to hear you, man. I definitely want to do a stream where, you know, we talk about the craziness on the UK. I definitely have some opinions on that stuff. All right. That's it for tonight, guys. I love you. All right. Later.